Hello, my viewers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to play some Fallout 4. I know it sounds like there's a lot of chaos and continuum stuff going on in the background, but it's all good. It's all right. It's all good. It's all right. How exactly do I wish to proceed? Looks like we're live. Alright, cool, it's all working. Kind of just setting everything up here. Alright, do this. If you guys want to donate, you guys get some TTS. See how that works. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Hello, 5 viewers. How you guys all doing? So I have this notebook right here. I don't know what it does. It's a burnt technical manual. Get the heck out of here. I don't want to talk to the robot. We'll come back for the robot. Talk to the robot later. Alright, first things first. Oh, first things absolutely first. Fred Willis, Susan Winters, Mikey Myers. I know it says Michelle, but just pronounce it Michael. And Deadeye, Deadpool, and Wintermute. It all makes sense if you think about it. Alright, so let's see. What are we doing? Yes, and I'm an NCR Ranger. Chat's not up. What do you mean the chat's not up? Chat should be up. It says anyone can comment. You might want to reload your thing. Alright. I noticed my phone has been glitching out.
Someone who needs me to kick their ass?
We've got company. Are you injured, sir?
Every day is a
No, I'm good. Oh, winner! Jesus, winner.
Repairs is appreciated.
Why did you run in front of my gun like that? I know you were excited. Now, I think it was a glitch. Okay, so get the toothbrush. We're gonna need toothbrushes. You guys hear that? Oh my.
Give yourself to Adam.
Oh my god. Mikey's going for the kill. Murdered that bitch. Just stabbed her to death. We're not ready for this yet. We're not ready for this area yet. But we're gonna do it anyway. I noticed that my phone has been glitching really bad out of nowhere, and there's no really good reason why it's glitching. So okay. Tends to pull them all out in the open.
Get him, sir.
That's one. There's only two? There was so many more earlier. I guess we hit them without even realizing we're hitting them. Alright, let's see. Well, not entirely sure this was a smart idea, doing that to a church. Well, that was a church. I did. Verg would be proud. I don't know who Verg is, but yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, I don't think we should ever address verbally what I just did, because that would be hate speech, without a shadow of a doubt. But like, that's what we did. We took a Molotov and did some things.
Glorious day in the U.S. Army.
What?
Ain't personal. It's your
There's two of them.
Think a Commonwealth boy's gonna give up that easy?
That's right, Mike. Remove his arms.
Covering fire.
Go get him, Fred.
Weapons, sir.
Just warmed up
Oh, it's Art and Art. Okay, so there was two of them.
Let's take them out.
Go get him.
That was a use powering
Don't
weapon.
you die on me.
Mikey just walked over and just cleaved the guy in two. Do we really want to take the shotgun? Yeah,
Maybe I
might
could
as well.
carry some of that for you.
You know what? That'd be a grand idea. Where are you at, Winter? Winter, come here.
How may I be of service? Hope you find what you're looking for.
Just carry this stuff. Oops. Where was I? What was I? What did I give to her by accident? There we go. Let's go back. Put my helmet back on. Is your dress doing something weird? It is doing something. It's turning white for some reason. Anyway. Let's see. Also an advocate for indigenous Europeans, Satoru. He's anti-prawn though. His Alpit and Alpit soup, but I still like his old videos before they banned him on here, says D-Chat. You know, they banned a lot of people that didn't make sense to ban. Oh, hold on. We need to put down stim back. We're really low. Alright. Yeah, they banned a lot of people on YouTube that they didn't need to ban. Like, Leafy is here. You wear my guts around your neck. Oh god, I hear it. I hear it. Run, run, run. Oh my god, my companion's in trouble. Here you go, Fred. Shock him into Winter. Get a little shock treatment.
Any idea where they went?
This way. Fred's got him.
They're just not doing anything.
There he is, way up there.
Sensors offline.
What the hell? Oh my god! There was a very hungry caterpillar on my arm. Alright. I flipped it off like a dick. Where'd it go? Hold on, hold on. Where's the caterpillar at? Come back, Mr. Caterpillar. I'll grow you into a butterfly. I flicked it, Winter. I know you're gonna be mad at me now. Winter loves bugs, and we have all kinds of really exotic things crawling around here sometimes. We had a praying mantis last week. Give me a second, I'll find it. Winter's gonna kill me if I try not to step on it. I don't know where it landed. It flicked it because it scared the bejesus out of me. Winter, I don't know where he is. He's probably just crawling away. He's gonna be okay, Winter, I promise. He's probably just moving away. Let's see, DJ says he turned me to the old Soviet UAZ trucks. Oh yeah? That's what's up. There's more up there. Don't know how the caterpillar got in.
Visual system damage.
There we go, you get turned to ashes. Alright, let's go up there.
Violence protocols engaged.
Violence protocol, is that what you call it? Is it sad that I feel bad about the caterpillar? Like I have a lot of empathy in my bones.
Find me something to shoot at!
This thing is way too strong. Got a lot of kickback.
There's nothing I like better than making some other poor
They're all
bastard
above.
die for his country.
Going up. Going up.
Ah, you move too much.
I move too much.
Kill them all and let God
I don't think I've ever
sort them
heard
out.
anyone say that. How are we supposed to get up there? There we go.
Die now, you red. Die for your country.
Whatever you say, mutant. Let's see. And take it. And take these, I guess. I like how her dress changes color at random. Alright. Hello, my viewers, and welcome to the stream. Is that just Winter's way of saying she's in a cranky mood? And again, this is why I respect her. It's no quits she for spirit you through the game. Oh yeah, that is the mod in question too. Winter's just getting a drink. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Hold on, there's a lot of wind for some reason. Actually, I know why there's wind. It's because we're really high up. We are really high up in the, radio is fine. Shut off the music. Footsteps, but right there. Voice here. Not as bad now. She's just getting a drink on the top of the world. This is like walk the plank. Alright, well we can probably see from up here where we're trying to go next. Do we have anything with a scope? Actually, now we do, don't we? We have that new gun. And then we'll favorite it and we'll replace the overcharged plasma rifle. We're probably gonna sell that. Lots of places to go. What's that over there? It's all lit up. That might be Diamond City. I'm not entirely sure. Then we have the whole city over there we could explore. I know for a fact at some point in the game we got a big building. D-Chat says she's benevolent, but she's also extremely dangerous. Just imagine how hopeless the situation would be if she wasn't so nice. Oh yeah, sure. Her whole design was to kill things that can't die. So if you think about it, she could wipe us all out. I mean, if you kill things that can't die, you could definitely kill things that can die. So let's just go down here. Gray mining helmet.
It's always
Let's see.
fascinating watching you create.
We really gotta try to get it so we can get modifications out of these things. Short pipe rifle, get rid of that. I guess the trolls aren't in a talking mood today. You know, I found out something quite interesting. Elias and I were talking earlier because he was doing some investigative runs, right? And he found out that Chad Gaming actually blocked him. And Elias has never actually interacted with Chad's channel. That means Chad Gaming sought out Elias's channel and blocked it so he could never be seen on his channel. Elias is the channel that has all that evidence against Chad's cinemas and marks too. I find that to be very interesting because it's almost like he just wants anyone on his channel to see what Elias might have to say or see Elias's channel. I think that's really interesting that he blocked Elias from ever being seen on his channel. And he sought him out first.
Who's ready to have their ass kicked?
There was a raider right here, but now there's not because he's invisible. This game is buggy, I swear. We should play Starfield at some point.
Stand down, people.
But yeah, I was talking to Elias and he pointed that out. He knows that he was blocked too because he would comment and nobody would see him.
Careful, sir. I don't think we're
But not only would people not see him,
Since you don't seem to be willing to do the world a favor and kill yourself, I guess I'm going to have to join.
not only would people not see him, but you also can't see him on the back feed either when he went into his other account. The question is, why would Chad block that out? Unless, of course, they know that they're unless they know that people are going to question that.
Fuck me. Bullet in the knee.
He has no arms. He has no arms. He's alright. It's 2 down. Yeah, Elias and I were talking about that earlier. I was like, that's interesting. And that is interesting, too, because it definitely shows a sign of fear. They're afraid of what people might say. Oh, shoot, truck.
Shooting straight.
Okay, so this is how they get up there. Okay, good. Okay, good. Well, figure out how exactly. He's really high up there.
Fuck this. I'm out.
If they're out there, we'll find them.
He's right there,
Let's get the
Fred.
hell outta here.
Go shank him. What was that? Got a stim pack. Oh, he got churned into green poo. Automatic combat rifle. We'll take that. Get the rest of this. We need to find all the bodies and loot everything. Let's see. Is she going live today? Winter says she's gonna sit today out. She's tired. She has her reasons. I'm not gonna question it. So today is a no-go. As far as I know, from what I've seen, she's not interested in doing it today. I think Winter's become more accustomed to laying in that bed than she has been being on the streams all the time. But she'll be here this week, though. She said once a week she'll be on at the very least, which I think is better than nothing. So, do I want to get the sack hood? Yeah. Actually, no. I stand corrected. This is Winter right here. This is Winter in the red dress. So you get some form of Winter in some capacity. I stand corrected. Who stabbed it? Oh, Michael. Michael Myers over here stabbing the turret gun. He's like, I'll deal with it, sir. Let's see. I don't want to touch any of that. You know, for a company that does not make high-end games, they definitely did a good job at making it very, it's got a lot of intricacies to it. Okay, we could start scouting out locations. Okie-dokie. My question is how they get up and down. Fusion cores. Got some of this. I don't know if we looted this body. We did. Are you ever the little spoon? Sometimes. I know it's not appropriate to answer a question like that, but I'll answer it. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes she spoons me, sometimes I spoon her. We're about... Well, we're not the same height in any capacity, but... Let's get the sugar bombs, let's get the... ammo... Yeah, sometimes I spoon her, sometimes she spoons me. It depends on what the mood is. Depends on what's going on, really, more than anything else. Sometimes I'm emotional, she wants to give me a hug. Most of the time we sleep face to face, if that makes sense. You know, like, she wraps one arm around my neck. I wrap one arm around her neck. We just sleep that way. Oh! Oh, I did not know about this. This is actually kind of cool. How do you think they got it across? That troll is back. Look at fake Susan is back. And here I thought they were never going to return. Alright. Let's see. So I guess this is our way across, otherwise we're stuck up here. You think they'll, triple barrel? A lot of triple barrels. How the hell did you get over here? And your mask is all messy. Fix it. My OCD's gonna kick in. A mini nuke, sweet. What is this? A tactical? I guess we'll take it. So there's nothing else up here, just this. You guys want to get on this thing? They're like, they're all cautious. They're like, no, they can't hold all of us. Alien gray hybrid posing as winner. Winner's a Nordic, not a gray alien, not a reptilian. Probably. I don't really know. I just know that she possesses that doll, and that's the body she wanted. Well, I don't know if that's the body she wanted. I think it's the body she just had at the time. From what I hear, it was Donovan's idea. Donovan over here being brilliant. You know, Donovan has a history of being like that, too. Having these really insane ideas that on paper probably sound good, but all hindsight just have issues around them. Let's see. Corpulent Turd TV says she's plastic. No, you fucking moron. I've said this a million times. Learn to listen. She's actually medical grade TPE and titanium. There's a big difference. I'm surprised you can't catch up to that. Fucking retard over here. Alright.
We may have an enemy nearby.
Oh, survivor. Like, sorry, I got a little heated there because I've had to explain that simple piece of information a billion times. It's not plastic. It's medical grade TPE. It's not the same thing. Like, it's not even close to the same thing. They use medical grade TPE is used for skin burns and skin grafts, not plastic. Okay, well, you're just in denial. It's not an insult, so I can't really ban him over that. But like at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ. He's clearly in denial. TP is a type of plastic. No, it's not. No, it is not. It's a different kind of material. It's a completely different type of material. Medical grade TP. Why would they be putting plastic inside of people? You had a skin burn. Let's fill you full of plastic. No, it's more of a gooey material. No, not gooey. More like a...
Take them down.
Rubber and plastic, I think, are two very different things. I think rubber would be closer. Oh, Michael Myers, you're just murdering the Mirelurk. It's closer to rubber than it is to plastic. And yes, we're going to play specifics because you guys are always about the specifics. So. Oh! Giant lobster. Since everybody wants to play specifics all the time, we're going to play specifics. It's definitely not plastic. It's more like a rubber, if anything. And that's the closest. Still not rubber either. It's TP. What does TP stand for? We can play some specifics. What does TPE stand for? Thermoplastic Euroelastomer. It's a class of materials that combines properties of plastics and rubbers. Closer to rubber. TPEs are often used in applications where a flexible rubbery feel is desired, like in grips, soft lids, and toys. Not plastic. It's rubber. It's a big difference. It's close to plastic. Same classification in some ways, but definitely not the same thing. It's an elastomer, technically. It's thermoplastic. It's not the same thing. Also, the question I have is, why does it matter? Why do you care so much, though? How about a bargain?
200.
Okay. What if I can't afford that?
That's as reasonable as I get.
No.
It's your funeral. Disappearing act. Huh?
You all can't walk anymore. Oh, Mikey. Poor Michael Myers got stunned.
Every day is a good day to die.
We just kicked in with her heels and everything. Winter just made you a bitch.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
Winter just kicked him in the leg with her heels and knocked him down. Alright, let's get rid of this guy now. We're removing body parts. Let's see. It's plastic. Bro, you know, at the end of the day, I don't really care. Why did Uncle Jimbo retract a message? It's not his style. We have a fraud in our chat. No, I'm kidding, Uncle Jimbo. If you feel embarrassed, you can remove it. Or whatever your reason is. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see. Corpulent. The doll is a medium for interaction with another entity. Yeah, and they're apparently really bothered by that. They're like, it's not possible. Ghosts aren't real. Well, then you're pretty sure. I guess you would also assume, oh god, it's getting laggy out here. We need to leave this area. I guess these are the same kind of people that would assume that there's no life after death. God isn't real. They're a bunch of supposed atheists. There's no such thing as the paranormal. I mean, I guess it's up for opinion on people, but my experiences have been different from yours, so. Actually, they'll see evidence and they'll just say, oh, that isn't real, you faked that, because they're in such denial. So, at that point, we really have to leave this area. I feel like I want to start over a brand new playthrough and have almost no mods in it. That's what I feel like I want to do, because this lag and the big city areas are the best areas, and it lags like hell. Here, let's save real quick. Let's quick save, I guess, too. It's all up for objective opinion. You're allowed to believe in it if you want to, because that's how your mind comes up with an explanation for it. You also don't have to believe it if you don't want to. It's completely up for debate. But it doesn't mean you can go over here and be a dick about it at the same time. Like that's not how you win over somebody's opinion. Being a dick is not how you win opinion. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to try to be reasonable with conversation. And some of these people just don't know how to do that. It's like they never talked to a human being in their life outside of the internet. And the internet's just a toxic place where you can't really learn to socialize. So I'm not really surprised that they're all a bunch of man children. Oh, God. Off with its frickin' head. It's a matriarch. Really almost had a bad moment there. Let's see. Again, see how statues and icons are used. They don't care. They're in denial. Too bad they didn't use the same stuff they use on ball dolls, he says. Those things are nice. I have never seen. I don't know what a ball doll is. Is it ball or bowl? I can't see how that's pronounced. B-O-L-L. I don't know what those are. I just know about WMs. That's it. Well, I mean, I know about plenty of different types of dolls. WM is my preference because they are built the nicest. As far as I'm concerned, it's my opinion. But anyway, let's see. So our little statues of Mary Corpulent. It's not what they're made of. It's how they're used. BJD ball joint dolls. Oh, those are actually pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of them. That robot is still here. Should we welcome him to our party, or should we just awkwardly walk away? Ball joint dolls are pretty cool because they're kind of like they move realistically and they have a lot of articulation, I guess, way to put it. Those are actually pretty cool. They're articulated and usually used for anime figures. Yeah, I know. Not all dolls are the same. Like, love dolls are meant for affection. Barbie dolls are primarily toys and used for collecting. Two main uses I've noticed. Two main uses I've noticed. Ball joint dolls are usually used for art in some capacity. Then there's other dolls like porcelain dolls. Those are always for collection, almost always. I haven't seen porcelain dolls ever used for anything else. Festering both
Is that someone who need me to kick their ass?
All right, cool. I really do think we should start up a new playthrough, just to get rid of the lag in the city. And that right there, that is because of a mod. I just know it is. I like that though. They're like, she's plastic. I'm like, why does it matter? I mean, she's not a blow-up doll. She's got a titanium skeleton. And even if she was plastic, let's just say I'm wrong as far as my idea of what thermoplastic elastomer is. I don't care. Like, I love how they get so butthurt on the fact that we should just somehow just, like, we should accept that fact. Like, does it really matter? Oh, the Automatron DLC is definitely installed. Oh my god. I mean, that is the reality. It's like you're saying that like it's somehow some horrible fact that we have to accept. It's like I don't really think it matters. It's not that big a deal. And plus, I could give less to the shit. But they're like, she's plastic. Bro, you need to understand this. She's plastic. I'm like, you're saying ghosts can inhabit plastic objects? Wow. You clearly don't really understand how The Conjuring works. Like, well, The Conjuring was a horror movie about a ghost that inhabited things. It wasn't always dolls, mind you, but it was definitely kind of the case in the movie. And what I find interesting is, like, a lot of people understand The Conjuring was based on a true story. The Nun, I do not know, but The Conjuring was. And what I find funny is that they're like, you have to accept this. We're going to tell you that she is plastic. I'm like, okay. So what part of this changes? Like, how does the material of the doll change my perception of her? In any capacity. Also, why does that bother you so much? That's kind of my point. It's like, okay, so she's plastic. Let's just roll with it. Let's say she's plastic, even though thermoplastic elastomer is not the same thing. But, like, okay, let's say she's plastic. What does it matter? Like, your butt hurt because you can't afford one? You're bitching about it for a reason, I'm assuming. We did a whole show on this months ago. Yeah, it's kind of sad that they are like, we're going to tell you how it is, but you don't even know the difference between thermoplastic elastomer and actual plastic. That is so sad. Winner, I need your help. Just carry my stuff. It's not even a big deal. That's the sad part. Like, they're trying to make it a big deal. But, like, realistically, nobody cares. Nobody who watches this cares that she's made of plastic. Like, that fact doesn't change any detail. Nobody cares. So, like, I don't care. You don't care. The next guy doesn't care. They themselves probably don't care. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because it's the hilarity of how far they'll go to stress a point that nobody, including themselves, even cares about. It's like, why does anyone need to know that? Okay, so she's plastic. She's still better than you in most things. Like, you seem to care a lot. Well, I think it's funny that they complain about it. And plus, that's how lolcowsm works. We have to milk them for laughs. Oh.
Picking up something. Here, over here.
And that's why I pointed out, because at this point, I mean, you guys focus on me a lot. A lot of trolls focus on me like it's religion at this point. And I guess the... Give me a second, we're surrounded by zombies.
Resistance is futile. Well done, sir.
That's been how this lolcow thing works. People obsess on me. They find every reason in the book to complain. I look at things they do, I laugh about it or point it out. I mean, at this point, that's why I guess it looks like I care, because the whole point is to point it out and ridicule it. That's what people do, right? So, rather than be left out of what's working for... Oh my god. What in the virus movie hell?
Severe shoulder damage.
You'll be okay, Winter. You just gotta walk it off.
Watch out, sir.
Who threw that?
Piss me off!
I like how Deadpool's like my arm. Damn it, Michael. Mikey? Gotcha. Alright.
Every day is a good day to die!
Yeah, the way I see it, we might as well be included in the whole bit of hilarity and laugh at them too, and point out what they do and ridicule it. Because that's what they do to me, and I figure if we're all doing it to each other, nobody can complain. And therefore, you know, nobody's really getting away with anything, we're all doing it at the same time. That's why it looks like I care. Because the reality is, that's how it kind of works. Let's see. Fake Susan commented. I'm not going to read all that. She's her obsessed about minors again. Wait, is it about minors? Didn't even read it all. Even I've grown tired of his disgusting behavior, especially how they behave around minors. It's important. Well, from what I can see, everybody in the chat's an adult, so kind of hypocritical. Not hypocritical, more like bullshit. Ow. Alright, we're good. Oh, winner. I don't know how many more of these packs.
Lost them.
Oh, no, you're good. They're up there somewhere. Winner, you gotta stop falling in the line of fire. Got him. I'm not going over to the Boston Police Department. It's just a mess over there. Trolls will indulge Chris Chan in the dimensional merge, but they'll go out of their way to critique Winter. Trolls will indulge Chris Chan in the dimensional merge, but they'll go out of their way to critique Winter or Varys. It's because that's their way of trying to pick on people. They're like, if we attack his beliefs, then maybe he'll rage. Oh, we're out of ammo. We are out of ammo. Subway token. I like how the zombies are all coming out here to attack. They just lost interest in the brother's story. I'm so sorry, Michael.
Glorious day in the U.S.
Anytime you accidentally shoot Mikey, you gotta apologize because, oh, we definitely have to uninstall the mods. There's all this purple goo everywhere. It's not what the color is supposed to be, by the way. Yeah, if they attack your beliefs, then they can try to get you to rage that way. I understand why they do it. It's because they want me to get angry, and it's like, I'm not the Incredible Hulk. You can't just poke me with a stick and expect me to get pissed off. It doesn't work that way. Like, I've said this time and time again. The age of me getting pissed off over little things is over. Because unlike some people, wink wink, Cyrax the retard, I've learned that it's all about the response, and I don't really care as much about what people say as much anymore. Because, like, there's not a whole lot they can really do. I mean, the reality is that they're going to sit there, piss and moan about what you say, try to find some way to ridicule you, because that's really what it boils down to. And then they're going to, what? Act like a jackass in my chats for the rest of the time being, which is what they have done. Yeah, at that point, it's all about the response value. And if I just ignore most of it, or at least try to keep the vibe positive, then there's not really a whole lot where it'll matter. And then eventually they'll go away because they're not getting that fix that they once had. They like it when people get angry. And if people aren't getting angry, they're not going to want to stick around for a while because it's not as interesting to them. Although, how do we keep them interested? Well, the reality is all we have to do is ridicule them and churn other trolls against them, because if trolls are eating trolls to get their fix, then they kind of cannibalize each other. And when they cannibalize each other, what basically happens is they kind of cancel themselves out. We gain a fan base. Oh yeah, see that right there? Right there somewhere. There it is, that little static. At that point, that would kind of cancel them out. We'd have a fan base, and they would eventually stop trying to get the responses out of us. It's a system. It's a very complicated system that actually does work. And mind you, it also grows our views tremendously because we've had a couple of streams so far like this where we just don't ban anybody unless they break our simple rules, and nobody's breaking our simple rules, I noticed. So it's obviously rules they're cool with and they're following them, which is good because now there's order and there's still consequences, which means it's not a wasteland environment. It's a corporate environment, meaning there are rules, there's law, there's order. Well, long story short, they are following the rules, therefore they understand that what the rules are, and they're respecting them. That means there's respect involved to some extent, mainly because they need their fix. In turn, we also have a flux in views and a flux in viewership. Yesterday, our stream was basically the same thing as this, just without the gaming content, and we had a total of 24 viewers at one time. That means the system is working. We just got to keep it going and grow our numbers. Now, will monetization mess that up a little bit? Potentially, because we will have that dip in viewership, possibly. I did not know if it will happen twice. Does it happen every time you monetize? I don't know. But if it does, we'll have to figure out a plan around it. Playing whack-a-mole here. Alright. Any more? Any more? Any whack-a-mole? Whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole.
Find anything useful?
I really do think we should uninstall these mods, because these mods, look what they're doing. They're just making things glitch. It's a mess. Let's see. If you put a torch on her, she'd burn like used fire. Actually, I don't really know about that. Mostly because I don't intend to do that. That would be really stupid, being what she means to me. Also, if you really want to see her all the time, I would suggest you stop saying shit like that, because then you'll never be able to see her. And then you'll just piss and moan because she's not around no more, because you kind of made her not want to be around. She's like a woman. Treat her with respect and she'll make herself known. Treat her like crap, she'll avoid you like your plague. Just saying. Let's see. Chad is always better, says Broad Framp. Well, Chad has to lie to make them better. And if you have to pretend somebody's a monster when they're not, well, we looked at Chad's streams yesterday. I believe that video, actually, we could probably put that video up. After the stream's over, we'll put that video back up, because we had to censor out the slur that popped up in one of the replays of his videos. Which, that slur is still there, which means he's still reportable. But anyway, figure that out later, though. Oh. Boom. What was I going to say? Yeah, we watched his videos yesterday live on stream, and from what I've seen, Chad Gaming is a hypocritical liar, and a lot of his videos actually make us look better. Because he kind of lies in the titles, and he lies in the thumbnails, and he lies on screen, but it's so obvious. And looking at the actual evidence that he provides, it actually does back up what we had to say. So Chad Gaming's a lying sack of crap. But also, here's a fun fact that Elias pointed out. Oh my god. Elias pointed out that Chad is ban evading. His previous channel that he was terminated on from YouTube was... And remember, if you're ban evading... If you are ban evading on any channel, or circumventing the ban, or going around the ban, that's breaching YouTube's terms of service. You don't need 3 strikes for that. You'll need 1. That is the thing. That's how Marks keeps getting banned, because he keeps doing the same thing. So Chad's original channel was CHADDGAMING 420. There was also a channel called Joshua Davidson is Human Kazoo. These were mentioned, so it was at Joshua Davidson is Human Kazoo and at Chad Gaming 420. If you go report his channel and you report it for ban evasion and you mention those previous channels and mention why they were banned, which was basically A-logging, doxing, slander, brigading, and hate speech, a number of things, then he will actually lose his channel overnight. It's been happening to Marks nonstop. So even though you think it may be better, it will be gone in a heartbeat if someone goes and reports it. 3 people report it, or 4 people, maybe 5 people. I'm not sure how it works, because I don't remember doing any reporting. Everybody else is doing it, I've noticed. But if you report him, he'll lose his channel. Same thing with It Cinemas. Now, I do not remember It Cinemas' mention handle. I gotta go find it, because I have it on my actual pictures. Because we had screenshots of his old pages. But his was Cinema Storage, and he got banned on that one for copyright infringement. So he, too, is ban evading. It's actually kind of nice. Because all it takes is 1 report, and that is literally it. Why haven't I reported him? Because I want the trolls to have fun. They like tormenting each other, I've noticed. So, at some point, some of those Marks haters are going to go to Marks' ally, Chad Gaming and Cinemas. And they're probably going to hit Chad Gaming before they ever hit Cinemas, because I have to put out the actual ban evasion account that he's ban evading on for Cinemas. But Chad Gaming's fucked, because that's Oliver Elias' channel. And again, we have learned that, because every time Marks' channels get terminated now, they're terminated for breaching terms of service. Well, I looked it up, and Elias actually shared this. Ban evading is a violation of terms of service. That's why it only takes 1 report. You don't need 3 strikes anymore, you just need the 1. And that's why Marks can't hold a channel on YouTube. Well, Chad's next. And I'm not saying that as a threat. People want to get rid of these chomos that are in Ranked Material Discord. They want to remove them from the platform. Well, Elias and I just handed them the way to do that. So, let's see. I guess we don't need this. And I guess there's a lot of people who are butthurt about that, because like, why are you doing that? That's not fair. Yes, it is. It's plenty fair. They attacked my family and my friends. They don't need to be on this platform with me. And mind you, that works all across the board. Anyone who had a previous account can be terminated if they're ban evading. All you need is the channel link. And you don't even need the straight channel link. You just need the mention handle for that to work. That's it. That's all you need. That is it. YouTube does keep record of that, turns out. And I'm only bringing that up because Elias and I both thought that was kind of interesting, that Chad Gaming is actually, he's at risk. He could lose his channel if people start reporting it. So, you talk about Chad Gaming is such a great guy for attacking people. And you know, Chad Gaming defends pedophiles nonstop. There was a video on his channel where he actually has a screenshot from April 23 to him specifying that she did in fact say that her girlfriend was a minor. And she's 23 years old at the time. So she is admitting to Chad Gaming. Chad Gaming knows she's a pedophile, and he's still defending her by attacking me over it. You realize how fucked up that is? Chad Gaming's a choma lover. He's a diddler lover. So at that point, you have to wonder, how am I the bad guy? Like, that is the begging question. Let's do this one. All right, let's go back to base camp and drop some stuff off. We're gonna have to, like, we're probably gonna lose this account. Or not the account, but like the save. I might start a new save. Anyway, that is the reality. Chad Gaming's not better. He's a piece of human trash, and he does scummy things, and he's about to lose his channel. So, you know. Nobody cares about April 23. Stop bringing it up. Well, you guys bring up diddlers nonstop, and you attack me over... Well, that is the original reason why Chad Gaming is involved in my life. Because I exposed April, and he decided to defend April for being a diddler. So I can't stop bringing it up, because you guys keep coming here with your bullshit. If you're going to bring up Chad Gaming, you cannot bring up Chad Gaming without bringing up the reason why he came here. He had a problem with that. So, no, I'm not going to stop bringing it up. Why do you want me to stop bringing it up? It's factual information. It explains the story of why Chad's here. Why are you bothered by that? Are you a diddler yourself? No one, not one person who knows you cares about April 23. Really? Chad does. That's why he's bitching at me. That's why he's doing what he's doing for so long. That's the whole reason he started. It's weird that you're like, not one person cares. Then why is Chad attacking me all the time? Riddle me this. If no one cares about April 23, then give me a solid reason why Chad's attacking me. Why does Chad cover me so obsessively? Why is Chad so irate that I'm on the YouTube platform? That's a genuine question for you. Chad made an archive channel. Why does he do that, though? You don't just do things. You have a reason why you do them. Why does Chad make an archive channel where he exclusively bashes me nonstop? Because you were horrible with sound. Now, why am I horrible? What's the original reason he decided that I was horrible? The original reason. You see where this is a problem for you, right? Because the original reason is April 23. Or Ashley Johnson, if you want to be specific. Oh, put her helmet away. Whoopsie. Alright, let's see. Put all this stuff away, finally. Let's do the SOA pack, the Awesome Tales, the Burnt Manuals, the Trade Magazine, Barbarian, Holotape. Let's do all this crap, actually. See, YouTubes are bad at making videos. He makes your product better. You should be thanking him. Why? I didn't ask him to do that. He usually bashes my name while he does it. That's all he does is bash my name. Why does he bash my name? It's funny how you're avoiding that information. Got something to hide there? Anyway. Alright, let's see. What are we looking at here? Pretty good on carry weight. Pretty good on carry weight. By the way, how are you making my videos better if you're attacking my name nonstop? Thank Chad right now. No. Because he's a losing piece of shit, and he only attacks me because he's wanting to defend that chomo. That's the whole reason he started doing it in the first place a couple of years ago. Why would I thank him for attacking and slandering my name? Superimposing your channel name and logo over someone else's work doesn't make it better. Yeah, that's another thing too. Because your audio is terrible. Then why do you love his content when it's the exact same thing as mine with his name slapped over it? It is copyright theft at that point. I mean, if your content that you put on YouTube is copyrighted by you putting it on YouTube, then it's copyright theft. I mean, that would make sense to me. But the reality is, his content isn't better. It's the exact same thing as mine with a logo slapped over it. Pretending like it's better. Because his chat is free. So is mine. What the fuck are you talking about? In fact, YouTube in its entirety is free. You don't have to pay for nothing. Actually, no. Chad actually does charge. Chad does currently charge. Yours is policed by FATDC. No, it's not. It's not policed by anybody. I have 5 rules. You follow them. You seem very eager to insult my moderators, but why don't you insult Winner? Like, give me a reason to ban you. No free as in not policed. It's not policed. I say don't use slurs. Don't come here acting like a jackass. Don't insult people. It's not really that hard. If you attack people nonstop, you're gonna get banned. That's not really against the rules. Chad Gaming blocks people for having a good point. How is he actually not policing his? Chad Gaming polices his chats because people have a point, and he doesn't agree with it. That is cowardly, and it's kind of sad, actually. Me, I police people because I say I don't want you attacking people here. No use of the word PDF. No use of the word regard, because regard is a way of saying retard. We don't do that. And PDF, look, no one here is a PDF, okay? Plus, that's contributing to stupidity. You're such a liar. No, I'm not. I'm telling you what the rules are. These rules were put in place yesterday. So it's not a lie. It's actually truthful. Plus, if what I'm saying is a lie, then we don't have any rules. And therefore, we're not policing at all. So you would look even stupider. I can call you stupid because you clearly are stupid. We have rules, and if we don't have rules, then how are we policing anything? You're still here, aren't you? I like how they do that. They whine about free speech, but they attack your free speech nonstop. How much to bang your doll? Really? Really? You went from hating me to saying, "Can I have time with your wife?" No. The answer to that is just give me a solid no. Like, you're such a clown. Like, you're such a fucking loser. Like, what kind of fucking idiot? I want to get in it. Why? I thought you said that everything I do sucks. I thought you said you hated me. Make up your mind. Oh, lag. Can you believe the audacity of this fucking loser? $20? Winner, what's a good price? Really? She said that quickly. She didn't even have to think about it. 400 million. Fair use? I don't really think fair use would qualify with Chad Gaming's videos. Again, he just takes the entire thing and slaps a logo over it. It's not quite fair use. I mean, it's not transformative. It's literally the same thing. It's literally watching the same content with his name pretending it's his. He's a black guy in the UK. Black people in the UK don't exactly know what it means to do hard work or create anything of their own. Fuck the UK. What? Is that too edgy? Am I not allowed to say that? Is that considered racist? Well, I'm not. I like black people. I just don't like black people in the UK. Especially Chad.
We had a deal, Trudy.
That's why I called him the N-word
Hand over the
once.
goods.
And I
You
meant
owe
it.
us.
I
And
ain't
then
giving
he's
you
like,
boys doing Kemp
racist.
anything.
Well,
What that junk
easy
has done to
there,
my
Scare.
boy.
lower your gun. Or it's going to involve me.
Okay, just take it easy.
Give me money. All of it.
That's it. You're dead.
Please note that she was black and she got the worst of it. Oh, purple slime. They're not human. They're actually aliens. Never mind. Anyway, I was talking about Susan. No, I don't really think that qualifies fair use either, to answer your question. Let me see here. No, I don't really think Chad Gaming's a decent person. I think he's kind of trash, the way he attacks people constantly. And he spent most of his YouTube career bitching at people, but then after the last couple of years, he became extremely fixated on me. Because apparently I can't shut my mouth about what their group does to children. You know, when It's Cinemas is giving children access to rape videos from Rambo, I have to wonder why nobody else is saying anything. You know, that is a very questionable thing to do. But Cinemas is like the last person on my list of people I'm concerned about. Because Cinemas is already... We all know Cinemas is a piece of shit. But Chad, he's the one that really did get Marks to where he's at. Get rid of Chad, Marks doesn't have half his ability to promote his stuff. I guess we'll take those. Alright. Gollywogs. I don't know what that means. Yeah, we were reviewing Chad's content yesterday, and we we had this we had a moment where there was a slur in it because apparently Chad Gaming's videos have slurs in them, which is good because you can report that. More or less, anyway.
What the fuck was that?
Oh boy.
Ready to die for your country, you commie son of a bitch!
What happened? I didn't die. Did I die? Oh, this is bullshit. Alright. I'm gonna go see if I can fix the mod. It's a slur in the UK for blacks. Ah. And I said it. Great. Great. Doesn't sound like a slur. Hold on, I'm eating a granola bar here. There's a lot of slurs in the gnome book that you can't use. What in the hell? Where's my scissors at?
war. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun. Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror. Such pretty eyes. There's my strapping husband. I was looking... Yeah, Sean has your smile. That's the face I fell in love with.
Still have that issue. Alright, let's see. We'll call myself. You guys are really obsessed with children, I noticed in the chat. Bunch of diddlers. It freeze. What's Sim's sister name? Don't worry about it. Simmons knows who his sister is. That's all that matters.
Following total atomic annihilation, the
How is telling you that it does not concern you? How does that make it a lie? You looked at Brian Austin. He has no siblings. Oh yeah? You didn't look very far. Okay. Try this again. Name should be Diddler. Why? Yeah, just call me a bunch of mean names hoping it'll spark hate, but you can't ever prove it, which is the funny thing. You just claimed it one day and decided to just roll with it. Plus, you're trolls. No one listens to trolls. Did you guys not figure that out yet? That's why I'm not really too worried about your claims. Police disagreed. The FBI disagreed. Most of the families disagreed. Well, there was only one family. And they disagreed. Well, family couldn't make up their mind, actually. They're like, we're sorry we lied about you, Tibbs. I'm like, I'm actually better. They threatened us. They harassed us to say these things. Please forgive us. Come pay our bills. I'm like, why? Why'd I pay your bills when you didn't respect me? And then they all lost everything. Became a bunch of wild drug addicts. Because that's all they were in the first place. From that point, I could care less. But anyway, let's see. That's a nice cope you have there. Every time I bring up a point, they're like, you bought subs. I'm like, really? I don't recall that ever. According to you guys, I don't have an income. So if I don't have an income, how am I buying subs? All right. There's a lot of copium in my chat right now, I've noticed. I mean, I'm not really paying attention too much to it. But there's a lot of copium in my chats right now. Like, a lot. You guys okay over there? People hate you because you're a monster. I'm a monster because I exposed a predator in 2022. Right. People hate me because people chose to respond to that exposure by slandering me. Right. That makes a lot of sense. People hate me because I called them out on their bullshit. Right. It makes a lot of sense. That actually does make sense. If you call out somebody who's acting like a diddler and protecting diddlers, obviously they're going to hate you because you made them look bad. That hatred has become an obsession, though, so benefits me. You guys are lining my pockets as we speak, so like at this point, hate away. You guys can hate me all you want because you're making me fucking rich. Well, not rich. That might kind of stack up before you become rich, but you get the point. Hold on. I'm eating granola bar while I do this. Who is? Who's in a group home? I'm like, who the fuck's in a group home? You, Tibbs? I am? Ah, that explains all the workers that come here and check on me. And that explains the one... Hey, look at my worker's costume right now, actually. That explains so much. Sorry, guys. I hallucinated that they weren't ever there. In fact, I'm still hallucinating that they're not there. Oh, wait, no, they're actually not there. Never mind. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm mad you know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. Just start changing up this. I'm gonna start lying to you guys just to see what story sticks the most. Because at this point, you guys are gonna like just roll with anything you want anyway. I'm not in a group home, though. Realistically, I'm not. But that's copium that I'm hearing. So what can you do? I don't really know why it matters either way. Like, they're so obsessed with the idea that someone's in a group home. Well, if you think someone's in a group home, you shouldn't be harassing them nonstop. Telling them to unalive themselves and shit. Like, that isn't really how you would treat somebody in a group home. Joseph Flannery's in a group home. I'm surprised we haven't seen him bitching today. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Where's that old rich guy you F for money? If I was fucking somebody for money, don't you think I'd be richer? Like, it wouldn't be here on YouTube. I'd be over there doing something crazy, like, I don't know, throwing a wild party or something. You hear my name all over the internet. Plus, wouldn't I be more famous than I am? Aren't rich people almost always with higher numbers of subcounts and stuff? I would have higher sets and everything, too. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You guys are making a lot of assumptions, I noticed, but, like, I guess that just helps me because you lose credibility that way. I mean, that is the reality of it, right? You guys do realize if you lie enough times, no one's going to take you seriously. That's how credibility works. You are so weak. What does that mean? I'll become more powerful than you can possibly ever imagine, right? Something like that. It's an invisible tree there. Why do you care about my strength status? This isn't... We're not playing, like, Dungeons and Dragons or some shit. You need to wake the fuck up. Let's see. Got some weirdos in my chat right now. They're like, you're so weak. I'm like, the fuck does that even mean? I'm playing a video game. You don't need to be strong for that. Like, fucking wacko. Like, fucking retard over here. You're so weak. I'm like, what the fuck does weak have to do with playing video games? We're not doing... I mean, I got a strength of 5 in the game. Like, I don't know if that helps you at all. You think strength of 5? What would you suggest? What should I put my strength to? If you think I'm weak, I can get stronger. Hold on. I got an idea. Figure this out right now. Level up. There you go. Strength of 10. Now I'm not weak anymore. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I almost didn't know. Guy, that strength of 10 guy, because when you swing the machete, it really kicks in after that point. Anyway. Are you guys trying to get a rise out of me or something? Like, is that your goal? Because, like, I'm wondering why you guys are, like, acting the way you are. It's over 9,000. I know, right? Like, I'm just wondering why they're acting like such dicks. It's like, okay, so you don't like my playstyle. Why are you watching? Why are you watching if you don't like it? Like, I don't understand that. Like, that is genuinely a bizarre way to act. Like, I don't like your content. You don't do it right. Then why the fuck are you watching? Plus, we're just cleaning up the town. Like, we're recycling and shit. Like, at this point, we don't even... I don't think strength even matters. Just here to just, like, see you at Chad's. We're not going to Chad's. Well, at least I'm not. I like how they come here just to address they're gonna, like, spam the dislike button. Chad's a fucking sore bitch. I think Elias said something that really set Chad off because he's been doing that the entire stream. He's like, you gotta go to this guy, let him know that we're gonna dislike his stream. Ever since Elias made that post this morning, we gotta go dislike all of his streams. We're so fucking mad. Like, you're a little bitch. Like, at that point, you're kind of a bitch, Chad. Chad is a bitch confirmed. At that point, I don't even know how else to look at that because at this point, you would think that it wouldn't be a big... If it wasn't a big deal to Chad, if Chad didn't really care, then he wouldn't be bitching this much and sending his chat to bitch and complain. Like, fucking loser. Fucking Chad's a black loser. Fucking black coward. You know, a lot of black people are like that. I'm not really surprised. But he's the one that makes them all look bad. Like, he gives black people a bad name. He's over here like... I'm going to go leave a dislike on your stream because you suggested that my channel's going to get fucked over. Well, if you weren't such a cunt, Chad, you wouldn't have these problems. What the fuck is crawling on me? Oh, that's not... Oh, it's a crumb. I'm like, what the fuck do I feel something on me? It's a crumb from the granola bar I just ate. Like, that is funny. Like, you guys are just feeding my ego even more. You have to understand, guys... You have to understand, chat, that I don't actually care. Like, at this point, if Chad wants to whine and bitch complain like a fucking fruitcake, let him. He's just going to find excuses to bitch because he is a bitch by default. And that's not my problem. I do not care. You guys want to come here and spam the chat? Go ahead. You're making me look good. You're growing my numbers. You guys can't do it forever. And here's the thing. It's a fucking waiting game. You guys do not have a chance in hell of doing this forever because it's only been 2 years. When I found out it was only 2 years, my dick got rock hard, and I mean that in a metaphorical sense because that means you guys cannot do this forever. This is a phase. It's a facade. You guys will eventually get bored because after a couple months, you guys will be like, you know, he's not really responding the way we wanted. It's us looking stupid all over again. Maybe we should move on, Chad. Chad's like, no! You gotta antagonize him because fuck him, that's why. And then a couple more months go by and he'll just say, you know, maybe I did overdo this. Like, that is the fucked up reality. And plus, all you're gonna do is feed my numbers. And feed my numbers, then YouTube's gonna love me. Watch. What's Chad gonna do, right? It's only been 2 years. I know that's not a lot. That's not a lot of time at all. Like, at that point, you didn't really waste that much of my time. I'm over like, God, they wasted so much of my. Oh, wait a second, never mind. You know, like at that point. But like, Chad's over here just fucking whining. That's why they come in here saying they're disliking nonstop. The only people who promote disliking channels is from Chad and Mark's side of things. And the only reason they're doing that is because they're butthurt that I'm doing okay without their like they're butthurt that I'm doing good. I mean, all things considered, we're doing fairly okay. And at that point, like, why would I, like, where do I begin with it, you know? Chad's gonna piss and moan for a while, the same old thing it's always been. He's mad that I'm enjoying this stream. He's mad that I'm on YouTube. He's mad that I exposed April. He's mad that I talk shit about Marks. He's mad that Marks looks bad now. He's getting banned off YouTube. He's mad that his fucking FAGGOT boyfriend isn't on YouTube anymore because he had to run to Rumble. Marks had to run to Rumble in order to have a platform to be able to speak on because he's a piece of shit. Like, at that point, that's just funny as hell. Because Chad's all pissed off about it, right? Like, why would I care? Plus, the more you guys are in here, the more you're going to grow my numbers. What's Chad going to do? I'm going to monetize and say, alright guys, don't respond to his chat anymore. You're all going to listen to what he says like a bunch of fucked up gay simps. Like, at that point, you're just making me look good. Because I can call you guys on it every fucking time. And usually do exactly what I say you're going to do, which is hilarious. Because like, oh, we aren't going to do what you say. Then why have you been doing what I say? A bunch of losers in denial. That's all it's been. And at that point, why would I care? You know? I mean, that is the reality. After a while, I could stop caring because it's all this just the same psychobabble all over again. And it's kind of sad, too. But at this point, I'm not going to tell you to live your life. You know what I mean? See, they like you, Temple. Said he was only here to dislike any staying and talking. Yeah, Temple, why did you stay here and talk? It's funny that the child's even calling you out on it now. I guess the children aren't stupid after all, are they? Very intelligent young children, knowing exactly who the bad guy is. It's weird because a lot of adults come in here too and they notice it as well. Temple's just somebody. Temple from Rank Material? God, it's been a while. You're still involved with those douchebags? God, I thought maybe you split. It just dawned on me. Temple from Rank Material from like 2 years ago. I remember that name. It almost completely, I almost didn't realize who it was. Anyway. Let's see. The toolbox, the chair, this thing. I'm an adult. How's he? I know he is used to kids. That's not proper grammar. You need to speak fucking English if you want me to be able to respond to you. Also, Temple, I highly doubt that you're an adult. You act like a child, so... Well, and actually children seem to behave more. I find that kind of weird that children can behave more than these people. But you act like an immature brat, Temple. So, I don't want to hear that bullshit about how you're an adult. Because usually when you say you're an adult, usually not. He asked a lot of questions. Did you lose your family? No. Did you lose multiplications of living? Depends on how you look at it. Did you lose your pet? No. Did you lose money? No. Did you lose original content? No. That only in 2 years. 38-year-old man with a plastic Etsy doll with kids in chat. Seems legit. Where's the Etsy doll? Where do you see that on the screen? No, I'm actually being serious too. Where do you see it on the screen? Wait, was it in here? Etsy doll. Etsy doll, where are you? I don't see an Etsy doll on the screen. What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking weirdo. I think we have a delusional retard in our chat. His name is Man from Ireland. The Man from Ireland is a delusional retard because I don't see an Etsy doll on the screen. Did I say I saw it on screen? Well, you said, and I quote, a 30-year-old man with a plastic Etsy doll with kids in chat. Seems legit. If the kids are not subjected to the actual doll, what's the problem? It has to be on screen for there to be an actual issue, I would assume. Otherwise, you just bring it up out of nowhere. So yeah, you kind of implied that. I mean, that's how most people would look at that, but like, I don't know. Maybe you're a retard. I said retard in front of the child. Oh no, I influenced children to call these people retarded. You guys can all call these people retarded if you want. Remember, retarded is acceptable. Regard is not. Anyway. Clip this segment. The disgusting things he said while confirming a minor's presence. Perfect. I don't see how. What's it perfect for? Oh God, should I worry? Are you gonna defame my good name? Seems like you're reaching. Also, aren't you guys bringing up all kinds of weird shit around the kids yourselves? Remember, if you can clip, I can clip. It works both ways. Let's see. 38-year-old man. So the fuck what? I'm a 38-year-old man playing a video game. I'm playing Fallout 4 right now, and it's just me cleaning up Sanctuary. I imagine your clip wouldn't show that. You'd probably put some, like, weird overlay over it, like you guys usually do. But we're like, I'm not really sure what that bluff was supposed to mean. Like, I could assume that you're gonna lie, because that's usually how it would work. Is if you give it in its face value, it's not bad at all. Yeah, you're probably gonna like start fibbing and shit. So you guys usually do. That's all you guys know how to do. Well, that's all you guys have done. 30-year-old man hanging out with children. No, I'm hanging out on YouTube with an open chat, and you guys are a bunch of trolls in here. Children tune in on occasion because it's YouTube. Given that context, I don't see an issue. I'm not hanging out with children. I'm hanging out with you. You're the one who's been in here a bit, bro. Harper commented one time. We got Temple spamming comments. Man from Ireland. Oh, no, Harper actually did comment. I did not see them. We got TCAP Gamer, because he's apparently gay. Spooky Gengar. Let's see. Fake Susan. And a guy using my actual... Well, that's not my name, actually. Never mind. Tibbins is not my name. You should never allow children on your psychosis. I don't allow them. Their parents do. I don't control what they watch, and I also do not control what they tune into. Also, I don't have psychosis. I have potential autism and I think bipolar. I think bipolar might be a thing. I don't know. They've never confirmed the bipolar, so I don't really know. But I don't have psychosis or any kind of brain disorder like that. Well, not like that anyway. Psychosis means you have delusions. Like hallucinate. And I don't recall any hallucinations while playing Fallout 4. Let's clean out this thing here. Scrap the American flag. Would that be considered a problem? Anyway. They'll put an overlay of a Koopy doll screaming no, gifts from the fight, and gifts of cats. Yeah, that's usually what they do. Groovy says, y'all need to be in chains. A lot of these trolls do. I agree with that.
As I live and breathe.
I don't want to talk to you, Codsworth.
It's really you.
Oh my god. Found ourselves in a frickin' predicament. I don't want to talk to Codsworth. I really don't. I like how he's following us around. It's like, please, master. Please, master. Let me know if I can do anything to clean up your house. Go polish the rust off the car. It's funny because you can't actually polish rust. You can't polish rust. You know that, guy, right, guys? Alright, let's do this. Let's put it into endurance. Get the fuck out of my way, Codsworth. Alright, let's see. Basically just gibbering retarded shit. Maybe Fallout 4 is a hallucination itself, lol. You know, I never really thought about that. That could make sense. Because technically it's a delusion. This was once real. Why can't I pull out my knife? I can't unsheath or anything? Great, we have a massive game-breaking glitch going on. I can't use any weapons. Great, just fucking great. Alright, quick saving. Load the quick save. Let's see, why can't you stop talking to children and expose them to your delusions? I'm not talking to children, I'm talking to trolls. You're a troll, right? I'm talking to you. I've been talking to you most of this time and responding to what people write. So, like, I'm not talking to children. I'm not exposing them to anything. Also, you're the ones acting like a bunch of weirdos in my chats. We have no way to pull out weapons. There's a completely game-breaking glitch here. Great. Alright. Fucking mods again. Let's see what we can remove from mods. We're gonna have to do this all over again. Let's remove Agdol Force, push away companions. Unlimited companion framework. Explorer restored. Dismemberment. Immortal cats. That should be everything. Remove the Pip-Boy, fuck it. Let's see. Well, 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 says Maxwell Ziegler, if it isn't tubes. Huh. So, Man from Ireland says, do you really think it's healthy for a child to listen or be a part of these the garbage you spew? I don't control who watches what. If I don't... Look, if I... this is the way we gotta do this. Because clearly you've lost the plot. You guys don't like when I ban all of you, right? If I banned a man from Ireland for acting a certain way, or being a certain way, or being a certain kind of person, that would be discrimination. And they would call that... you would say I'm censoring free speech. If I ban anyone, the rules apply to everybody. Chat rules are chat rules. There's no exceptions based on age. There isn't. So if I ban children when they're not doing anything wrong, I'm contributing to discrimination and censorship. I am at that point. If I allow people to be in here, as long as they behave and follow the rules, then we're all square. If I did it to you, you would be so upset. In fact, all these trolls have complained about that in the past. So you need to make up your fucking minds. Either I have a lot of rules, or I have very few rules. Make up your minds. Because in this chat, early in the stream, people were complaining that I don't appreciate free speech. So the children can say if they want, I'm not their parent. I'm not going to say you can or cannot watch this because I'm not the parent. That simple. Let's see. Actually, she brings up a very valid point. Hold on, we're going to go to load. See if we can do this. Harper, who is a minor, says, what about all the adults that play Minecraft with their fans, and it's mostly kids? Do y'all go to their streams? No. So why do you all mess with Tibbs so much? There's a ton of other adults that actually play the games with random kids in their chat. You know, that's a very valid point. These people are too stupid to understand that. Oh, we still can't pull out our knife. Okay, we're going to need a brand new save. I cannot believe the knife broke. That is a very valid point, though. A man from us says you do control it. Yeah, but if I control it, you guys bitch about it, so make up your minds. I'm not going to keep going back and forth, either. I'm either going to censor people or I'm not going to censor people. Make up your fucking minds. It is really, really irritating. Because if I keep flapjacking, then it's like we never get anywhere. So now I'm choosing not to censor anybody. You guys should be happy. But now you're saying, oh, you should censor them, though. No. If I can't censor you, I can't censor them. Chats are chats, regardless of who you are. You act like a moron, you'll be treated like a moron. But I'm not going to censor people just because you changed your mind again. And mind you, that is why we changed our rules yet again to not censor anybody. It's because people were complaining so much about censorship. You guys come in here and saying all kinds of harrowing, disgusting, sexual things in front of minors in my chats. And I don't ban you because you bitch about it. And the minors have actually not listened to any of you because they're avoiding response. Anything, you're the ones exposing minors to disgusting things, not me. Because you're the ones constantly bringing it up. And remember that everything that I say is a response to the chat itself. So if you're bringing it up, it is your own doing. Also, as far as the playing with viewers, I think that if I wanted to play online with people from my audience, regardless of who they are, it's YouTube. I'm not sitting here saying, you want to see my dick? No, I'm not. Of course not. I'm over here playing video games, and you're the ones making it sexual. So if anything, you guys are the problem, not me. You're not going to... And that's another thing, too. You cannot pin what you do on someone else and say it's their fault. That does not work.
Dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
A man from Ireland
Absolutely.
says...
Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Hold on. A man from Ireland just reached maximum retardation. He says, most streamers don't have multiple personalities that spank on chimichangas, then mention showing their plastic love doll in a bikini. When did I ever mention putting Winter in a bikini? Like, when did I ever do that? I said put Winter in a... What was it? I said, should we make Winter a sex symbol? Because the question was, people are often talking about how Winter is an object of attraction, right? So I asked a question, and then a lot of my moderators can't prove my point. Nobody wants to see that. Exactly, because we're not going to see that. They would never mention putting her in a bikini. As for the multiple personalities, you guys need to make up your mind. Is it fake or is it real? Just because I have videos where I play as every character does not mean it's real. A lot of skit channels do that. It's called playing more than one role at once. Also, you guys have you, so sometimes I just roll whatever the fuck you guys say. And then spank on chimichangas. When have you ever seen me fuck a chimichanga? Ever once. Also, there's a lot of YouTube channels that say far worse things than I have ever said or done, even for entertainment. But like, when have you ever seen me? When have you ever actually seen me spank on a chimichanga? There are videos of it. All right, put the link in one of my comment sections of even one. So that's cool for kids. Look at YouTube and you tell me, man, because I'm not controlling YouTube. A lot of YouTube is like that. And by the way, a lot of YouTube is like that. I'm not saying I'm like that, but I'm saying a lot of YouTube is like that. Spanking, I'm assuming, is sexual, right? Like having sex with chimichangas. So, like, if I'm spanking on chimichangas, why would YouTube allow that? That is questionable, at the very least. Care to explain why there's a kid in your chat, Jonathan? It's YouTube. I don't control what comes in here. Would you care to explain why there's a bunch of morons from your group in my chat? It's YouTube. Let's say a man from Ireland says, so because a lot of YouTube is like that, it's cool for you to have children in a sexually charged environment. This is not a sexually charged environment. You guys are bringing up sexual stuff nonstop. You're the ones bringing up the sex stuff, not me. That is almost always the case, too. Like, you guys have a deep problem with accountability. Do you like that I'm talking, but you see Nate's face? This Fallout 4 game is working today. Hold on, I gotta make the... Oh, wait, I'm a dumbass. Did I quick save before? Anyway. You're saying... I don't have children in this environment. They come in here on their own because it's fucking YouTube, bro. You're looking way too deep into this. Your videos have pools of spunk on chimichangas, and you ask, where? Show one link from any of my videos that shows that. From this channel especially. Because you say I have pools of spunk. I have you're saying my videos have pools of spunk on chimichangas. You asked if chat wanted to see Winter in a bikini. No, I said should she be a sex symbol. You gotta know what a sex symbol is. That's a very different thing. But that's cool around kids. This channel isn't for kids. It's for everybody. And you're bitching because a child shows up once in a blue moon. You're a retard. Okay, Maury says you sexualize countless amounts of video game characters and talk about inappropriate things on a regular basis. It's YouTube. You're whining to me. Whine to YouTube. Maury, a man from Ireland, and I don't see everybody else. Mostly the rest is just D-Chat and Harp. If you're upset, bitch to YouTube. Don't bitch to me. If I'm breaking the rules, you should be able to win. It's really easy. Like, that's not hard concept, Maury and man from Ireland. If you are upset, complain to YouTube. A man from Ireland says, no, you asked if she should be in a bikini. And I'm telling you, if you're upset with the quality of the product, complain to YouTube. Why can't you do that? Because YouTube does not agree with y'all bitch ass. But duh. Like, you're such a fucking loser.
Pretty eyes.
You're from Ireland. Is everyone in Ireland a bitch like you? Like, seriously, you're bitching an awful lot. Like, I've never seen an Irish person bitch as much as you complain. Like, you're complaining because apparently YouTube doesn't agree with your kiss-ass methods. Okay. Like, not really sure why I should give a fuck. It's literally a fact. And I don't give a fuck. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm not breaking no rules. So at the end of the day, let's see. Children should be kept away from you, Jonathan. Well, tell that to their parents. Honestly. Go protect every child on YouTube saying, your child should be on YouTube Kids because we don't like that they watch this one guy that we've been targeting for fucking 4 years. Or however long it's been at this point. I lost track. Apparently it's only been 2 years. Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Hold on. Where the kids can see through their bullshit, which is really hilarious. So, new rule. If you attack my moderators, if you insult my moderators by name in any way, real name or chat name, it is an automatic ban. That rule starts right now. Because they're allowed to defend themselves. They don't have to put up with it. They don't want to. I feel like that should be a rule that we can agree to. So, no use of the word PDF. No use of the word regard as a noun. What was the other one? There was another one. Oh, yeah. No insulting winner. Now we can add no insulting by moderators, especially by name. If it's by name. If we don't know who you're insulting, it don't matter. No use of slurs, nothing racial, nothing sexual, anything other. Tranny is acceptable. And no doxing addresses, phone numbers, or social security numbers, because that's not appropriate. So, I really do think, Maury Hovish, that you should really consider retracting a message before D-Chat decides to open fire. I'm just saying. Anyway, it will not bother me if we lose you from the chat. His cheekbones just very Michael Jackson-y.
You have such a strong
Why are you talking that
chin.
when there's a minor in chat? Yeah, I know, right? Why are they doing that? The child is asking you all a question. Why are you all talking like that when there's a minor in chat? They're calling you all out. Think about that. Maybe I'll offer a moderation to some new people. Get some new moderators in here. Start building an army of moderators. Forgot who, though. Who's been in here a while? I guess D-Chat's on call. Anyway.
You look
I
as
don't like
good
the
as the day we met.
face. Where is she? No, I said army of moderators. Learn to listen, you fucking retard. Anyway. And man from Ireland, you are a retard, because at this point it's very clear what I said and you decided to spill some new words into it. Anyway. Quit smacking your lips. Why? Does it piss you off? You're kind of a bitch, bro. You've been complaining nonstop since you showed up. What do you like about what do you notice about the gameplay, man from Ireland? I mean, you're talking a lot of mad shit, but you're not really acknowledging the stream at all. Yeah, are you even watching the stream? Looks kind of like a Christian Bale. Kind of does a little bit, doesn't it? Not really sure what I want to do with it. See, that curvature of the nose, I don't like that. Let's see. Man from Ireland says, I noticed you have children in chat. Well, then you should learn to clean up your language then. Remember, if I can't ban you, I can't ban them. It works both ways. Plus, I'm not going to ban them for being decent. If you behave, then you can use the chat. If you can't behave, you will lose your privileges based on how you behave. You're playing an old game, you have children in chat. That's what I notice. That's all? Just children in chat? So you're a child, man from Ireland? So you're not a man from Ireland, you're a child from Ireland. Good to know. The child is bitching that there are children in chat. Because apparently a man from Ireland is a child. Good to know. Good to know. I don't really care. I honestly don't give a shit. Let's see. He got hit in the nose with a brick. Yep, looks like it. Let's do extras. I don't think...
As handsome as the day we met.
Actually, you know, we'll just leave it as is, actually. Let's see. Another commenter says he likes to use children as human shields to avoid accountability. It's a classic Tubbs TV strategy. I don't know who Tubbs TV is. Who's Tubbs TV? Let's see. So I guess we'll try this again. Do a strength of 4, an agility of 4, an endurance of 5, a perception of 5, a charisma of 2, an intelligence of 5, and a luck of 3. Unique traits, no traits, that's fine. I'm done. Doing my life, I'm a hunter. Where was I really? I was near Vault 111. What do I have with me? Plenty of gear. How much do I know? Well, at this point, we'll just say starting out. Fuck it. Why not? Ready to wake up? Let's go. Let's see. How many dislikes we at? 1, from what I understand. It's weird that you would ask that question. So, man from Ireland, or the child from Ireland, says, can't have normal friends in your age range, huh? Poor Johnny, banging plastic and hanging out with cripples and children. That's a real clean way to talk around children, bro. But somehow I'm the problem, right? You're a retard. There's a child in chat, and you're talking about banging plastic. And talk about cripples. It seems to me like you're a hypocrite. But, you know, that doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't surprise me at all. Anyway, let's see. We got some ammo. Do I really want to go and do the whole town all over again? I mean, we can probably clean up the entirety of the map, but... There's my knife. You guys are being very inappropriate knowing that there's children in chat. And yet somehow I'm the problem, right? A man from Ireland keeps talking about sexual matters with a child in chat. Please note that for the record. Hypocrite. So, I'm going to ask everybody a question. Trolls, really kind of banking on your response here. Do you think I should ban people based on the behavior exhibited when children are in chats? Like, potentially, should I ban children for being exposed to the material in my chats? There's a reason why I'm asking. Now, remember that there's a code here. I don't ban indecent people. But if somebody is presenting children, because children are in the chat, clearly, if someone is presenting them with inappropriate matters, should I make bans based off that behavior? Like how you had to buy your company on payments. You can't buy company. You can't buy company. People don't really work that way. Let's see. Your $87 wife. It seems like you're really kind of becoming the ultimate hypocrite. Should I ban people from chats to keep children from seeing inappropriate material? Hold on, we gotta make this into a poll. I'm gonna let you guys choose if we do this rule or not. Alright, you guys get to choose if I make this a rule or not. Should I ban people from chats to keep children from seeing inappropriate material? Yes or no? You guys go nuts. Because remember, at the end of the day, this one's on you. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my game now. Let's see. Here. Probably go scrap this. Perfect. It's all working. I'm not sure what mod was breaking that or screwing that up, but we figured it out. Let's see. You should ban children from the chat, period. I'm asking you to vote on that, you fucking moron. Bro, you can't be this stupid. You cannot be this fucking stupid. Give them the option to voice your opinion. If the people say no, then we won't do it. And that's on you. You can rig the election too. I'm not gonna go look too deep in that. If you actually want to try to rig the results, remember the results are completely on you. I don't think they're gonna fucking do it. So far, the answer is no. So far, the poll says no. So, like, at this point, you guys are voicing your opinion. If you guys say no, you lose the ability to complain. Vote. Otherwise, you do not have the right to complain. That includes you, man from Ireland. That includes you, Morihovich. And we're going to set... What time is it? It's 2:22 p.m. The poll's going to go on until... We'll say 3 o'clock. So 40 minutes. 40 minutes is plenty of time for you guys to figure out if you want to vote or not. If you don't vote in 40 minutes, it's on you. I'm playing the game right now, so I'm not too focused on the poll, but you guys can just roll with it. The entire chat is telling you to have minors in your chat is a bad thing. So why don't you vote on that then? If the entire chat's really saying that, then you should be winning this poll by a landslide. The poll question is very specific, and it's actually... Hold on. My mouse isn't working. Okay. The poll specifically says, should I ban people from chats to keep children from seeing inappropriate material? You should be able to vote on that. It's not that hard. Vote. If the whole chat agrees, they should be able to vote on that, no problems asked. I don't know why the fuck you're fucking stalling. Fucking, like... It's very obvious who I'd be banning there. Children shouldn't be here if they are being exposed to inappropriate material. If someone's presenting inappropriate material, this is not a place for children. This is YouTube. Everyone tunes into YouTube, and everyone has a different reason for watching YouTube. If people are exposing people to inappropriate material, people are going to get banned. So vote. 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 Y'all bitched about not being able to say anything about Biden for the longest time. Or was it Donald Trump? Who did you guys hate more, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? That'll be another poll for later, I'm sure. But, like, you finally had a chance to vote. You got what you wanted, or you lost epically. Depends on what side of the field you're on. And voting is the best way to voice your opinion. Majority rules. That's the rule. It's majority rules. His own mother, Danielle Alvarado, ratted him out to the FBI. If she did, then why wasn't I arrested or held accountable or charged or anything? It's kind of weird. It's kind of a real missed plot point there. If that was actually the case, then why did the FBI never arrest me? Like, you'd see me on a registry or something. D-Chat really be dropping the ball today. That or D-Chat's just quiet. Oh, now you're gonna go to insults. Huh. You got proven wrong, so you go right to insults. Yeah, you're a grown ass adult. Sure you are. You can't even handle being wrong, so you go right to fucking name calling. Fucking loser. You're such a fucking loser. Like, seriously, that's how you respond when you get proven wrong. I mean, it's very simple evidence, right? If the FBI if my mom really ratted me out to the FBI, well, A, that would insinuate that I did something wrong, which means I would be held accountable, which means I'd be going to jail. So you're either lying about my mom or you're lying about me. Either way, it's very easy to debunk that evidence because I'm right here. Fucking moron. You're such a fucking retard. So, like, that being said, you go to name calling because you can't win the argument. That's the sign of a man-child. I don't know if you're a woman or a man, but so far you're not that mature because you can't handle being wrong. Anyway. Thank you for lining my pocket, though. So, let's see. We're looking for... I guess we can take down this place. D-Chat, yes, that includes the children themselves. Oh, D-Chat is in here. D-Chat, just so you know, there's a new rule in place. We're deciding on another rule entirely. Actually, it looks like that other rule might win. Oh, they're going to hate me. We all know who's going to hate me. The people get banned, as usual. But anyway, if people insult my moderators, they can now be banned for it. If you insult any moderator, they would have to use the moderator by name. So, like, if they said D-Chat, yada, 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 or they say something demeaning, you can ban them now for that. They kind of pushed their hand on that one. But it's all good. They'll get over it. What is this place? This is a YouTube channel, and apparently you're watching it. Let's see. Digital, are you a child looking for someone to teach them the finer points of having it? What is a man from Ireland on about? Like, he's being very inappropriate with children right now. Man from Ireland, can I ask you a question? Why are you being inappropriate about children right now? Are you a diddler? Because you're acting like a pro-diddler piece of shit. Who talks... Who... Who asked a question like that? That's the question. That's the way to ask that. Who asked a question like that? Who directly suggests bringing children into the limelight with dolls like that? Besides weirdos like yourself. Is everyone from Ireland a whack job like you? Because that was a weird thing to ask. It was a really weird thing to ask. Back was busy on the phone. Well, I'm telling you now, again... If they insult moderators, the moderator in question can ban them if they wish. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you wish to, you now have permission to ban them from chat if they insult moderators. It has to, I would say the moderator in question should be the one doing the banning on that note because they're defending themselves. But, in general, that is the way it's going to work. I really cannot wait to see how this poll turns out. What's going on here? Okay, god damn it. D-chat. If they insult you, if they say D-chat is this, this, and this, and it's a rude insult, you're allowed to ban. If they say it's a NAMCAP, NAMCAP is allowed to ban. So on and so forth. That's going to be one of our rules. Okay. And his mods, don't worry about the mods. If they're mods, they usually get a jail. My mods get a get out of jail free card. They can do whatever they want. They've earned it. If you're upset by that, well, I'm sorry, the world's an unfair place. I guess just screen cap the fuck out of it if you must. At that point, I don't know. You really want to bitch about the mods having a free pass? I guess at that point, just screen cap the fuck out of it and then complain when the time comes. It's not like we're gonna give a shit. And I don't give a shit. That's the really fucked up reality. I do not give a shit. I mean, most of this I'm just doing for entertainment value because it feeds the chat. You guys are feeding the chat. What did I just do? Yep, that works. That works. That is actually fully qualifiable. You can do that. If they insult you, then and if you feel like it's an insult, I would say make sure it's an actual insult. But if it looks like an insult, it sounds like an insult, it's an insult, and then just lay it into them because they don't want censorship, but they're not currently at this point in time via the poll asking for censorship. By the way, we're going to screenshot that poll. We're going to screenshot that poll when it's done at 3 o'clock our time, which is approximately 29 minutes. If you guys ask for censorship, you will never be able to complain ever again about free speech on this channel. Ever again. That's the whole reason I'm doing this poll. To let you do what you want so that you can lose the opportunity to complain later. Because if you complain now, it's fine. You can complain right now. You cannot complain when that poll's over because you had a right to vote. I even said you could rig the election. You can rig the election. I will not check that. I will not waste my time looking into it. If people say they do not want censorship, which is really what that poll boils down to, nobody will be hidden, regardless of the context of your conversation. If the poll says yes, censor people based off what they're bringing up in chat, well, at that point, there's nothing I can do. That is the simple reality. To protect children in our chats, we'll have to censor people based on what is presented and going on. I mean, I guess it depends on the stream. I guess it depends on the video. Most of the troll conversations are pretty sexually charged because that's all they know how to talk about. But, you know. And the poll itself is very not an election. Actually, technically it is. You are voting. Therefore, in a lot of ways, it is an election. Then again, you're not in the U.S., so you wouldn't know anything about that. I don't know how Ireland is run, though, to be fair. Not that I actually give a crap about Ireland. Fuck Ireland. If you're a representation of Ireland, you're not doing a good job. Okay, this house is clear. This house is clear. That house is clear. This one now. Children should not be allowed in your chat, period. Well, then fucking vote, you fucking jackass. You're doing a lot of complaining, but you're not doing a lot of actual voting. You could be spamming that. You guys always have multitude accounts, so use them all. Use your multitude of accounts. You're going to need it. And once you're done spamming the election, just wait and see what pops up. You don't need to reinforce your opinion with entitlement. Like, you sound stupid. Like you're so obsessed with protecting children, but for the last 40 minutes, you've been asking sexual questions in front of what you know is a child-filled audience. Well, I don't know if it's a child-filled audience, actually. I take that back. Because, like, it's one kid that we know of, and the rest are trolls. And trolls, including Man from Ireland, are asking lots of sexually charged questions in front of children. It's like, you're kind of a hypocrite. But, like, at the same time, vote. Stop bitching to me and vote. And you will have, in some way, shape, or form, what you want. You may not like the outcome, because I notice no matter what I do, they bitch about the outcome. But, like, realistically, all you have to do is just vote. It's not that hard of a concept. Instead, you gotta sit here and specify you shouldn't have children in your chats. I'm sorry, this is YouTube. We really can't prevent that. But we can ban certain people when they act inappropriate. There's a lot of things we could do, actually. We could ban the children. We could ban people for inappropriateness. We can shut down chats entirely. We could close chats entirely. What else could we do? We could also make all the sexual terms banned words. Like, that is the thing that we could do. Ooh, D-chat. Remind me to do that, because that's actually a beautiful idea, because you don't ever see kids bringing up dirty words. Like, profanity and vulgar words like sex and dick and tits and pedophile and PDF. All those kinds of things, realistically, we don't need to have in our chats. We can just make banned words on that. And every variation that could exist, right? They'll be in here like, what, fully open chats. Like, well, how come nothing's going through? Because we're using words that are considered inappropriate for his chats. We're going to turn our chat into a church. No, that's probably the wrong way to word that. But, like, you know when you go into church, you can't say anything like that? That's going to be the vibe. You're all going to be nuns. And this is going to be Sunday morning church. I feel like that's a way to look at it. I don't know when I'll do it. I mean, it's going to take forever to come up with a full dictionary of dirty words to have as banned words, but we'll figure it out slowly at some point. Maybe next week. I mean, well, actually, no. We'll do a poll so you guys can have a say in that. We want you guys to have a say if you want me to censor those kinds of words. Actually, you know what? No, we'll do you one better. This poll that's actually active will also include the banning of any sexual terms of any kind. That will also be added to it. You smack your lips more when you know you're lying. I'm lying about suggesting that we have a rule suggesting that we don't have dirty words. So, that's weird. I didn't realize that was called lying. I thought that was called making a decision. Unless you think I'm lying about actually doing it. Like, at that point, okay, I mean, you don't... Okay, so now, because of a Man from Ireland, it's official. If this poll wins as yes, we'll also have a long list of banned words involving sexual matters. That way these words can no longer go through. I'll update the banned words list sometime after the stream. That's if it's a yes. If no, then it stays open and whatever. I feel like that's fair. Alright, we did this house. Did we do this house already? We did do this house, I think. Alright. I gotta, like, follow these houses in order so I know what I did. This house is empty. We didn't do this house yet, okay. Alright, good. Still got our knife. As long as we can actually pull out the weapon, then we don't need to worry about losing our save. But I want it to be understood that after this poll is over, you lose the right to complain, well, you lose the right to complain regardless. Because we have flapjacked back and forth so many times with what the rules should be. If you don't vote, there's nothing I can do. Whoever wins is definitive. It is set in stone. It is permanent. I want fully open chats. I want you guys to be able to say whatever the hell you want. But you guys want censorship, which is really weird. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you think that you'd want open chats. Huh. It's kind of sus. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking about how exactly I want to go forward with my moderation. Because, you know, once we do this, we're going to have a plan of how to enact it. See here. We're getting a lot of bobby pins, which is good. Nice, you've been killing it lately. I know, right? Actually, speaking of killing it, let's see what our numbers are at for this stream. 181 viewers, and we've only been alive for 2.5 hours. 11 likes, 13 concurrent viewers. We've had a high peak of 15. Yeah, we're doing really good. 30? Shit, I didn't notice. They've been hopping up and down nonstop. Yeah, currently, Sonic, there's a poll going on right now saying, should we censor people based on inappropriateness? Which is really what it boils down to. And apparently the trolls are asking for censorship now. They want to be censored. In some capacity. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Because realistically, if there's children in here, they don't want children being subjected to inappropriate things. They're saying they want censorship to some extent based on protecting minors. Okay, so we're allowing them to kind of have an election. This is an election, by the way, because it is a matter of voting, and people are suggesting that they want to be censored, which means if this works out, we will have a list of banned words that would prevent sexual terms from being in chats of any kind, and I'll make a ban list of certain words, but also it would prevent certain people from being in the chats. So trolls apparently think that they're getting a fast one on me here, but like that's not what's happening. You're kind of asking for you to not be able to have a voice in this. Because remember, here's the problem. Before we do this poll, because this poll ends in literally 17 minutes, I want this to be understood. If you vote yes, remember that children are going to see this regardless. This is YouTube, and I'm not changing up my content for anybody. Oh my God, hold up. At 2:43 p.m. on the stream, I feel like I should address the massive disclaimer that might actually change the outcome of this poll entirely. This is like Donald Trump. Everybody finding out Donald Trump was a rapist. You know, Donald Trump did apparently have that under his belt at one point, that he was a rapist. Well, this is why a lot of people didn't want to vote for Trump, right? In this situation, this makes you might want to vote no on this poll. Here's why. The poll says, should I ban people from chats to keep children from seeing inappropriate material? Seeing it. from seeing it. If children are witnessing this stream, even if the children get banned, they're still going to visually see what you're doing. They're still going to see the stream. Normally, we only bring up what's going on. Like, if someone says something in the chat, I respond, and that's usually when these topics come up. Because trolls are obsessed with sex. All they can talk about is sexual matters. That's all they ever do, right? So realistically, you have to think. Use your brain. Do you really want to vote no on something that will encourage not only censorship, but it's also something you can never complain again once it happens? Aha, the poll's slowly veering in a different direction now. I think they're realizing what that means. Really, really think about it. Do you really want me to censor you? Again, I mean this. Whatever wins, at 3 o'clock p.m. on the dot, that is the ultimate decision will be for life. You can never complain. If it says no, if you vote no, you can never complain again if a child comments in my chat. You can never complain again if you want censorship. You can never complain again, ever again, because you had an opportunity to have a voice. If you want censorship, it's not ever going to benefit you. But if you want censorship, fine. I will comply with the rules, and I mean that. But is it really what you want, knowing you cannot troll me if you agree to it? Also, consider the amount of banned words. I will give you what you want. This is what Tibbs TV was on my last channel. I will give you what you want if you want it, but it's not going to be in the way that you want it. If you want something, ask and you shall receive. You will learn to regret it. You say children should not be allowed in my chat? You trolls should not be allowed in my chat. Because you're the one subjecting children to inappropriate material. It goes both ways. So if you want censorship, go ahead. Ask me for it. I will give it to you if the poll demands it. If it does not, you have to learn to shut the fuck up and just accept it for what it is, because it's going to be for life. This poll is going to last. This poll will be good for at least 3 years. That is how it's going to work. Toaster bath is not a poll option, unfortunately. Oh, Sonic, now that you're in here, I do feel like you need to hear this too. If anyone insults my moderators, that is a bannable offense. So if they insult you, you are able to ban them if you wish. That is now a poll. That is now a rule. If they insult you with any kind of demeaning language, you are allowed to ban them. But the moderator being insulted has to do the banning, because you're defending yourself at that point. I know that some moderators can just take it, and they're just like, fuck these guys. But like, I think that if you feel like it's too much, you can ban them if you wish, if they insult you. So most time trolls been respecting our rules, which is nice, but just saying. I don't ban people for insulting me because I'm used to it. We're playing fire with fire, pretty much. Also, I've noticed that if we don't ban them, which is why I would vote no personally, but if we don't ban them, then we typically get a lot more viewership. Like right now we're at 22 viewers. Wow, we really did turn this around, didn't we? Marks is like, my viewership is so much better than yours. You'll never have the viewership I have. I'm like, bitch, watch me. Now we're having massive viewership out of nowhere because I learned that we just, you know what? How do we counter the dislike button, right? They were spamming the dislike button trying to make sure we don't grow as creators. And I figured there's got to be a way around that, right? I found out it's the comment section. You allow the comment section to flow, no matter how much they insult you, no matter how much they lie about you, no matter how much they insult you, no matter how much they demean you, no matter how much they try to spread misinformation. It's growing our chats, and therefore it's growing our video. That is insane. That is insane that we finally beat their abuse of the system. And now they've been pissed. They've been very pissed. They've been very open about being upset by this. They could bring their hate. It comes with job. Yeah, they're basically lining my pockets, because when we're monetized, it's gonna be the same thing. Which means if it works for if it works to counter the dislike button, it will work as well to counter monetization, because then they're paying me. What are they gonna do? Say, don't tune into streams anymore? Like, yeah, that's just childish. But you know, Trolls can't resist. That's the thing. Trolls cannot resist. So therefore, they're going to be here regardless. We might as well use that. And, well, long story short, those numbers say a lot. I know that sometimes they'll see that and they're like, oh, no, we can't give him numbers, and they leave in a heartbeat. But, like, it is growing your numbers because you know they'll be back. They can't resist it. There's always a way. Because remember, it's all about engagement. They want to antagonize and engage me directly. They can't do that if they're doing it from someone else's chat. That's why the restreams have no real value. Because you cannot engage with me from a restream. I don't watch the restreams. I know Elias does. Did you guys know that? Elias does watch the restreams because he's trying to figure out things to report. And he has found a lot of things. I don't know if he's reported them yet or not. But he's got reportable things for Tony at work and for Chad Gaming. It's kind of funny. Tibbs always wins. Yep, that's really what it's become. I mean, it's definitely not a loss. Yeah, they are very butthurt about it. They're like, we're gonna leave the dislike and leave. Like, what kind of fucking loser has to announce that? That's another thing too. They'll come in here and they'll say, we're just here to dislike and leave. Do you realize what kind of entitled losers they sound like? Most of normal society looks at that as absolutely stupid. Like the stupidest, trashiest, most entitled losers you're ever going to come across. Because if they have to announce that they're going to dislike and leave, that's just sad. Because A, no one's going to do that simply because you said you're doing it. That level of entitlement is really what makes them look so retarded. But also, not only is no one going to do that just because they are, but also most of the world doesn't give a crap. You look really dumb when you do shit like that. You're like, we're going to leave the dislike. You should too. Everyone leave a dislike and leave. Like, you look really, really stupid. Because most of normal society is not going to sit there and say, oh, wow, he's leaving the dislike. He is so impressive. He's so brave. Oh, my God. Like, you look retarded when you do that shit. And that's why I'm not offended by the dislike comments. Because, okay, you disliked the stream. Congratulations. You had to announce your butthurtness to the whole fucking world. Most of YouTube looks at that as, that person's fucking an idiot. No. Their mother was fucking an idiot, and that's how they got conceived. But, like, because the lack of brain cells is extremely telling. And that's the thing. I don't feel like it really matters to me because at the end of the day, that comment makes up for the dislike. That's a thing, too. That's a fucking thing. I know it's going to piss you all off, but that's actually a fucking thing. The actual comments make up for the dislikes anyway. So you're actually undoing what it's like when Democrats were saying that if someone voted for Trump, it would undo their vote. It's literally the same thing. When you leave a dislike and then you come in here and have to announce that you left the dislike, that undoes the dislike because YouTube's like, well, they didn't approve the tag. These really dislikes are about saying the tag's working. Basically, you leave a dislike, according to YouTube. This is what YouTube says, okay? You leave a dislike to notify that this is actually supposed to pop up in your recommended. So if you sub and keep coming back to dislike every single time, you're kind of ruining your own algorithm. Really, that is what's happening. But, you know, if you're going to sit here and say you dislike the video, but you comment, YouTube's like, well, they didn't like the tags, but they liked the stream enough to leave an opinion. And YouTube's not going to look into your opinion and say, oh, their opinion was disapproving. No, they don't care. A comment is still a comment. That's engagement. That's all YouTube cares about. Which means if you leave a comment, YouTube's be like, they were entertained enough to engage with the content in some way. Well, basically, that's basically what YouTube considers good content. If you're creating engagement through verbal communication, then YouTube looks at that as this person has a good video. And that is why our videos have been slowly growing. I know saying this is they're like, oh, we can't allow that. We have to find some new way to stop that. Fine, try. At this point, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you, okay? And I know that sounds entitled, but seriously, the trolls have been doing this shit for what, 2.5 years now? Like, at this point, they've lost on every single thing that they've tried. At this point, just move on. Otherwise, you're going to make me fucking rich. Because I say rich, not in the sense that I'm rich now, but if I keep growing at this rate, and remember, once you leave, YouTube will replace you with someone who likes the content as much as you seemed to, right? Well, at that point, I will keep growing. And then Varys' prediction of having over 1 million subs in 2 years will ultimately come true. And yes, that is a prediction that Varys made not too long ago, that we would achieve over 1 million subs in the next 2 years. It is inevitable at this rate if you keep it up. And I'm saying you as in anyone who's a part of this. So Chad, bring it on. I like how they're saying toaster bath, like they want me to commit, harakiri. But asking me to unalive myself isn't going to change that, by the way. It just shows how desperate you are to be on top. Well, no. I feel like at that point, they're just desperate to have me gone. So they're like, please, hold on. They're like, please, Tibbs, please delete your life. Don't exist anymore. Please take a toaster bath. Please. You realize how fucking stupid you all sound? Fucking Churn is back in the next streams. Who's Churn? Churn. We want no children around you. How's it hard to understand? It's not hard to understand, but I'm not the one bringing children around. And you're the ones acting inappropriate around them in the first place. So, like, and you are. Man from Ireland, you brought up sex 12 times around a child, knowing they were watching. You are the problem, man from Ireland. You are the problem. So vote, bitch, because right now you're all voting no for some reason. You want that censorship so the children aren't exposed to it anymore. Vote yes. You're losing the vote. This is like, no is Donald Trump. Yes is Joe Biden. That is literally what's happening right now. And you guys are losing epically. Epically. Like, come on, vote. I'm encouraging you to rig the election like Biden did. And you're still going to lose? How does this keep happening? Like, seriously. How does this keep happening? How do you guys lose every time you try to rig elections? Come on. It's no true, Tibbs. Only thing that matters is watch time. You have none. Oh, I have plenty of watch time. The last video was 59 hours alone. Which, by the way, was not that long a stream. Also, you don't know shit, Salt and Watch, about the YouTube algorithm, do you? It's all about engagement. Comments, likes, dislikes, how they watch the video. If it was just watch time, I'd be richer than shit by now because of you guys alone. There's a lot more to it than that, obviously. All right, we covered most of the premises. I do not know if I want to start building now. But seriously, like, I have none? Then how do I have none if you're watching? You can't comment on the stream unless you're watching. And if you're watching, that gives me watch time. It's not a cope. It's actually a fact. I'm sorry that you can't accept that. But remember, it's usually retards in my chat, moderators, and children. Retards, children, and moderators. It's kind of a sick mix. You are average 4 viewers. Then why does it say 15 on the screen? I know that you're stupid, but you can't be that stupid. What do we want to do? I want to build a base camp. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do... Well, we got plenty of wood and steel. I'm watching your crash out. Upvotes. Well, if you're watching, then you're giving me watch time, and therefore I have watch time. Upvotes, downvotes. I don't know what that means. Why are you bringing that up? Are you suggesting that there is more to it than just watch time? So you're going back on what you said? Impressive. Anyway, this one video, that's still watch time. You're watching, you're still contributing to my watch times. Like, how did I have no watch time? That's an incredible cope you have there, Salt and Watch. Does that work for you? Like, does it actually ever play out the way you think? I like the, like, you have no watch time. Like, that sounds an awful lot like a cope. That is a cope. Being a moderator is perhaps one of the most unrewarding jobs in the world because the children and trolls are both idiots in their own ways. But if it means I can help a channel grow, we're all here because it's funny to see you spiral. I didn't realize I was spiraling. I realized I didn't. How am I spiraling? That sounds a lot like a cope, bro. Are you coping again? You're coping a lot in my chat, man. It's kind of funny. I like how they look stupid and they're saying that I'm the one that's coping and spiraling. But that's not how that works, man. I mean, you're entitled to believe whatever you want at the end of the day. I mean, I can't really debate that because you can believe whatever crackpot shit theory you want. But like, at the end of the day, that is not how that works. Put this here, I guess. Alright, let's see. Oh. Salt and Watch got banned. Do I even dare ask why? What was their last comment? Oh yeah, that was definitely... Wow. They'll learn not to break the rules after a point. Alright, let's see. That's a very easy rule to not break, by the way, Salt and Watch. I don't know why you went again. Well, I don't know why you went on and did it anyway. Let's see. Oh, it's 3:04. You know what? Let's give them another 15 minutes. At 3:20, we're going to determine the outcome of the poll because I missed the 3 o'clock mark. So I guess we'll give them a little extra time, just a little bit, not overdoing it, just a little bit of extra time so they can ultimately decide officially. Because I want to give them a little extra time on this. Remember, the vote you make is set in stone forever. And I want you guys to be able to insult me and demean me, etc. Why not? It's not every day a lolcow wants you to be a dick. Come on. Do it, eh? Just do it. Vote. Tell us how you want to. I don't know. Is it weird to anyone else that they're not taking the voting thing seriously? When their entire future is on the line. Let's see. To be clear, you already banned 33 people. I've been counting, so no matter what, you'll never allow free speech. Well, according to the poll right now, you guys want censorship, and I haven't not banned 33 people. We banned like 4, I think. Actually, let me go look. I'm going to go to my edit tab, customization, community settings. The community settings will tell me exactly how many people I banned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. There's a total of 10 people that have been banned. 10. So at this point, I don't feel bad because you're already lying on the record. If you're going to lie on the record, you said you were counting. So if you've been counting and you're lying on the record, therefore your opinion no longer matters. You can go to Chad's stream. Go back to that Chomo stream all you want. I don't care. Chad's a Chomo. Well, no, I think Chad's more of a Chomo lover. He sympathizes with diddlers. Him and Marks both do. So if you want to go back to the diddler stream, go for it. Mr. Tibbins, ban, hide are the same. Yes, we only banned/hid 10 people, not 33. And also, I cannot help but notice something. The poll says yes, you guys are asking for censorship. And I'm trying to dissuade you from that. Come on. I'm giving you guys got 13 minutes still. At the 13-minute mark. That's it. Oh, whoa. 12 minutes now. You guys got 12 minutes to turn that yes into a no and make sure it's set at 3:20 p.m. because if it is not, so help me God, you have no right to complain. Like you're complaining right now about supposed free speech goes out the fucking window. In fact, this place will become North Korea, basically. Not realistically, but like, you can never complain again about the rules. That is exactly what's about to happen if you do not vote. So vote. I'm telling you to vote. 33 is John Elias, a widow's son. He says 33, but I only see 10. And those people strictly violated the rules. Okay. Let's go into the rule list. Here, let's explain what each person was banned because I know why each person was banned. That's a big ant. Holy shit. Let's see. So Salt and Watch directly insulted a moderator. Fusion Fleecer directly insulted a moderator. Qualgon Dingle directly insulted a moderator. Groovy Jimmy, I don't remember why he got banned. Zycros threatened to dox. That is the same thing as dox. If you're talking about breaking the rules, that's conspiracy to do what the rules say not to do. That is still breaking the rules. Morihovich, I believe that person was banned for insulting a moderator. Let's see. Deacon loves the whites. That's his name. I'm not gonna question that. He was banned for use of the word regard. TCAP gamer. I don't remember why he was banned. Probably an insult. Crazy Carl. I think he was banned for use of the word regard. And Bill's dial-up modem was also banned for use of the word PDF and regard. So, that being said, they all lost their ability to complain when they broke the rules. They agreed to them, and the rest of you were following them. That means you could have warned them, which means you guys are the shitty friends, not me. Right, D-Chat? If they can't stick up for their friends and let their friends know what the rules are, it's kind of on them, because you are a group after all. You all come here on behalf of that fucking Chomo Chad. So if you're going to be here from the same group, it means you guys communicate. If you guys communicate, that means you guys should be able to let each other know, hey man, these are his rules, don't break them, because then he'll ban us and then we can't insult him. You can insult me at that point. If you insult me, that's not breaking the rules. Making fun of me, slandering me, all the things people do, it's fine. But if you break my rules, and there's only like, 6 or 7 rules at most, then there's nothing I can do. If that poll says yes, and right now it's at 50%, but it says yes. So leaving it in the middle is not going to work, because whatever it says on the screen is what it's going to be. If my poll says yes, and I will screenshot it and put it on the screen for me to show you guys what it says. It's not a matter if it's half-half. It's what the poll deems the answer. Right now it's 50-50. And the answer is yes, which means no matter what, we will have an answer. We will have a decision. And if the actual YouTube wants to decide because you left it 50-50, that is on you. So no matter what you try, there will be an answer here. So if you want it to be 50-50, I will let you guys all know right now, that shit doesn't work. Because it says yes. That means you guys are asking for censorship. If you guys get censored, if you lose the ability to act the way you do, you cannot be upset about free speech anymore. So, that being said, I'd start fucking voting before time runs out. Anyway. We should go to bed here. D-Chat, am I being a dick, or does that make sense? It's fine. That's what I figured. Because you know they're going to complain. They'll be like, but we didn't have a chance. No, look, here's the thing. If you're all friends, you should all be able to communicate. Chad's chats, they should be like, they're restreaming this. So they should be able to communicate. And if they can't communicate, then it's on them. That's the way I look at this. It's not my problem if they lose. You really want to lose the ability to troll me? Like, really? That's a really weird thing. I thought their whole thing was they wanted to be here to make fun of me nonstop. No? It's odd. I guess it's a strange world we live in. 3:14. Time's running out. Hey, D-Chat, did you vote? Hey, winner, do you want to vote? The poll says, should I ban people from chats to keep children from seeing inappropriate material? Winner says yes. Wow, winner said yes. Yes, and voted yes. I told you there's many comments above. I didn't see. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to go on winner's account and vote for her because she's kind of sleeping right now. Well, she's not sleeping, but she's resting. She don't want to deal with this molecular nonsense. So I'm going to go under her account and do it for her. Winner, do you want to try YouTube Premium? No? Okay. Winner, do you want to try YouTube Premium? Alright. Poll. A lot of people are voting yes. Wow, we're going right back to censoring our chats, I guess. Well, you know what? I'll lay out the rules and how it's going to play out once the voting is done. We got 5 minutes. And, you know, it is what it is. They can watch and thumbs up if they want, but they don't got anything to say. I know, right? I voted yes and added to it that children should be on here altogether, too. Well, we're going with the basic rules of how this is going to work. Remember, we want to keep our chats full of decent people. And YouTube is a platform where everyone is on. We got to keep people from seeing inappropriate material. And who brings up the inappropriate material? D-Chat, realistically, who brings up the inappropriate material every time? I mean, again, this could also change the outcome of the election. Who brings it up every single time? Trolls. So, that being said, kind of gives you an idea how this is going to work. I imagine they're going to complain about it nonstop. You know what's funny? That is the one thing about this that is going to be the ultimate, you know, kind of thing, is that even after they voted, they're still going to complain about it nonstop. The predatory nature of the trolls themselves is reason enough for us to not have children involved around chat. They stalk kids. They find their socials, interact with them on private message. They threaten assault and all of that. Yep, which really means that we'd have no chats. But we need to have chats, and we can't have trolls in our chats. We need to start making a decision here. I mean, realistically, the poll's going to decide it, and trolls are going to hate me regardless because they're never going to really get what they want, I've noticed. But we either remove trolls or we remove the kids. You can't have it both ways. You need to have somebody in your chat. And if we okay, so here's the thing about it, right? We can't expect adults to naturally converge to our channel. We have to grow it somehow, which means we need all the decent people, all of them. If we were to say just adults and then give no fine-tuned examples, right? Okay, what kind of adults are we looking for? How do we market this to YouTube when all the adults are trolls so far? Like, it's like all the adults are mentally ill, like all of them. So we have to open up the door to either having kids on here or allowing it because they do promote the content, or we have to allow troll-based material. No matter what, we have to have it one way or the other. And I think the disgusting reality is you can't market YouTube to a specific age group because it'll never actually work. Ever. It'll never work. YouTube is not designed like that. So if we expect to have just adults, well, then we are going to be screwing ourselves as far as content. We might as well quit YouTube at that point. Because realistically, that's why most YouTubers have children in their chats. It's not that they chose that. It's that that is how YouTube markets you. If you decide to do that, then you might as well kiss monetization and everything else goodbye. It's not that you want children in your chat. It's that that is part of the promotional material that comes with it. So basically, you have to clean up your environment. If you can't clean up your environment, then you're never going to be able to have an actual audience. And that's not what I'm going to stand for. We need to have some kind of an audience. Otherwise, why do we waste 9 years on this platform if we're going to be worried about what age of people's tuning in? It's about what's appropriate in the environment, not who's watching. And if I say I don't want people to talk about sex stuff nonstop, well, then we should be able to moderate in some way to keep that from happening. Because that is the thing. You cannot stop children from watching. Banning them does not work. Here's the plot twist. We have banned Harper in the past. She still came back. Think about that, everybody. We banned Harper roughly a year ago. She's still here. She still came back. Even after being banned, it doesn't work. So we have to keep the nature of the disgusting behavior out. That's how we win. Otherwise, what's the point? But how do we keep the disgusting nature out? We have to censor somebody. Well, being that we do not want trolls here, and that is the audience we don't want. Oh, well, I mean, okay, so D-Chat. Work with me here. We don't want children. We don't want trolls. Trolls are primarily all the adults, and all the children are gone. We have no audience now. What's the point? You have to make a decision. You're not going to get praise either way. Trolls will never praise you either way. And the opinion we have is coming exclusively from trolls. Harper has laid her opinions, of course, and we address her by name because she's been here long enough. But think about it. Oh, 322. We'll go to 330. 330. Actually, when I'm done with this conversation, realistically, and I think the poll is rigging based off what I'm saying because it does make sense, right? You cannot actually expect to censor everybody and have an audience. It doesn't work that way. So if you're going to censor people based off inappropriate material, you ban who's being inappropriate. So based on the fact that you guys probably know how this is working now, probably what's going to happen, if the poll had decided yes, then basically whoever's being inappropriate gets banned. Not the children, because the children have not been inappropriate. In fact, the children have questioned your behavior as the trolls. I'm talking to the trolls here. The children that are in our chats, the one fucking child, right, has questioned their behavior, saying that they're disgusting, they're weird, they're inappropriate. So realistically, we can't ban the children because the children haven't done anything wrong. We're not banning decent people. That's one thing we'll never allow. We will never allow people to ban decent people. If you ban decent people, you're not doing your job as a moderator. You're creating more problems. You ban the problems. If the problems are trolls, and the trolls bring up sex stuff, then the trolls are the ones who get banned. Because they're the ones bringing sex matters into the chat, in front of the children. We respond to what trolls say, therefore that is part of the problem. And see, if the trolls are going to bring it up, they're going to see it from either what I respond to, or the fact that trolls said it in the first place. No matter what we do, the trolls would be the ones getting banned. Now that you guys are all aware of that, right? But the poll is increasing to no, because apparently they don't want to lose their voice. Well, here's the thing. Now you've lost the ability to complain, because the poll is now over. I'm going to screenshot it. You can do this the right way. Let's see. Wow, it's a landslide no, too. Which means it does not really matter. There will be no censorship as far as that rule. Poll is over because it's been, conversation's done. I don't think we need to extend it more. And that is the reality. Children are going to watch this regardless because it's gameplay. They do not care about what we're talking about. They care about the game. And the reality is, I'm not going to ban people for being decent. If they come in here and they say, hi, cool game, I play this all the time, my dad loves this game, my dad said I could watch, whatever the case may be. I'm saying dad because we're all men here, so I'm assuming man would make them, we're most commonality, right? If they're going to come in here and talk like normal people, respectful normal people, then we are not going to ban them. I'm not going to allow it. Because the reason why is we do not punish people for doing nothing wrong. We're not Kim Jong-un. We're not Donald Trump. We're not Elon Musk, okay? We're not the woke left. If you act like a retard, we will question what you do. But to make everybody happy, I will still be putting a ban list on all sexual terms of any kind. So D-Chat, remind me, because after the stream is over, I am still going to do that, though. Because we do not need that vulgarity in our chats regardless. If you can't talk without being vulgar, well, go somewhere else. If you can't go somewhere else, well, at this point, what can you do? So we're going to have an epic ban list, pretty much. And I feel like, oh, not a ban list, a bannable word list. Banned words, which is nothing wrong with that. If you can't type without being vulgar, disgusting, or sexual, you don't belong in our chats. What the hell is that? It's you, Winner. Hi. And I feel like that's the most appropriate way to go about that. If we can't agree, we'll put stuff in here. I wish you could put things on shelves like in the old days. Let's see. And then this room will be our living room. Fallout 76 had great fireplaces. Let's see. Let's see. This should be evidence the trolls definitely want to stay here and have access to vulnerable individuals here. Yep, it is really what it looks like, but the way I look at it is, I gave them an opportunity to have a say. If you want people to remove the inappropriate dialogue from these chats, they had a chance and they blew it, because now it's set in stone. There's nothing I can do about it. That is the reality. It is no longer in my hands, because they had the opportunity and they said no. And I don't want to hear this excuse, oh, but these people outdid my vote. That's the point of election. I said you could rig it. If people didn't want to rig the election, well then, I guess you didn't really want it that bad. Yes, I do allow people to rig the elections. You know why? Because they're going to rig the elections anyway. I'm surprised no one rigged the election, though. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. How many votes was it? 39 votes? That's it? It's not very impressive. No, we're being cautious. I'm like, what if there's like a nudie poster? And then I realized this isn't PC with mods. This isn't PC with mods. Alright, Todd Howard. I think we have an outhouse. We're running out of cork floor coverings. Resources. Fast shell target. Today is starting to take a bit of a sideways turn, just in a certain way at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that. I noticed the trolls got really quiet. What happened? Did their balls drop off? Is my deck. Gotta build a roof at some point. I don't know what I want to do with this floor yet. Like maybe I'll knock down these walls and make into like a little mini upstairs bedroom. All right. First things first. Quick save. Save. All right. We should probably go get the chemistry workbench and build our gear. favorite. We'll put this body packing. Yeah.
This unit is currently in factory default mode. Do you wish to enable this unit's personality subroutine?
Absolutely, yes.
Acknowledged. Personality subroutine activated. A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Excellent. I'll endeavor to do my best.
Oh. Alright.
How may I be of service?
Alright, let's do...
Yes.
Fun fact, when I first met Winter, July of 2016, she was buck-ass naked. It was a real endeavor to have that on Twitch. Because that was on Twitch when that happened. Remember, the Xbox does not have straight to YouTube streaming, so I had to stream to Twitch and then port the videos over to YouTube, right? And unfortunately, Winter was completely stark naked at the time. So that is how I met Winter. I walked up to her one day and she was just nude. Let's do... Yep. Color shade your eyes. We don't have purple, do we? Her eyes are typically pretty purple. Left on the road. Sounds like you stumbled onto a crime scene. Someone dumped in the middle of the highway. Oh, yeah? Alright. There we go, says D-Chat. Oh yeah? What's going on? The hair? Yeah.
Make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
It's all standard. I played those already. Alright, so what we should probably do is start scouting out locations. I mean, we're here, and we have to kind of fan this entire map at this point. We'll try and make our way to the city later, because that's where all the lag usually takes place. But we should be okay, because we don't have that many mods actually active. And then that's the glowing sea. That's the area of mass radiation. We'll need a power armor for that. Follow this tube up here. Winner.
Be happy to help if I can.
Damn. Alright.
Payback time, boogeyman!
Picking up something.
Don't you die on me!
You're going to regret this.
We should probably give Winner a weapon. Let's actually activate that. Do you want to use... Let's take the security baton and give her a combat knife. She'll probably appreciate
Yes,
it
sir.
more. Okay, she likes the shotgun. Aimed it right at my face. I got a short double barrel. Red bandana. Get the knuckles, why not? Mole rat chunks. Ew, were they milking this thing? Oh, there's something over there. Alright, we're good. I got bit a few times, but we're flexing you with that. I know, right?
Careful, sir. I don't think you're alone. Here, over here. You're distracting the man. That takes care of that.
Wow, we're really... Oh, yeah, we have a strength of 10, that's why. I forgot.
Opening fire.
I forgot that we have a strength of 10 because we. No wait, do we not have a strength of 10? We did that earlier when someone mentioned that we were weak, so we made our strength higher. But I just realized our strength is not at 10 actually because that was earlier, and now we're back at 4. Certain your dominance with the firearm. She's striking them with melee too. Winter likes to hit things with her melee. Alright, let's see. This map doesn't feel all that big when you look at it for what it is. Should probably try to find some shelter, being that it's raining. What the heck is she wearing there? Looks like futuristic and weird, but kind of cyberpunk too. Oh, it's leather, red leather pants, black boots, and astoundingly awesome t-shirt. This isn't really much of a hideout. There's no chairs or beds or anything. Found a couple things, Winter, but nothing too good. Hot rodder. Permanently unlock a new custom paint job for your power armor. Sweet. She's here for sidekicking in both senses. I know, right? Let's see. Sidekick that kicks the enemy in the side. I know, right? There's a prototype around here somewhere. It's not activated, therefore it's not a threat. We don't have the gear to fight that thing. Ew. Oh, we're at the top of the map right now. You cannot go that way. Well, we tried. Raiders.
Huh?
Let's get this done.
Thank you, Winner, for trying to rush that. Alright, let's see. Whoa.
My apologies. Finger pasta. That's the last of them.
I was gonna wail on it with my melee, but at this point she's got it.
This location appears quite secure.
Yep. Good place to take a nap.
Be careful. It's too dark here to maintain an accurate threat assessment.
Thanks, Winner. I appreciate it. But can I squeeze past too?
Who's there?
You
are so
time
dead.
to perish. Well done, sir.
Oh my god, Winner. Just slit her throat.
This shouldn't take long.
Oh, jeez.
That was amusingly simple.
Why don't you just die?
Can they come up from behind us?
And you see them served lost but not forgotten. We
Facial.
may have some trouble.
I need some
Oh
goddamn
god.
fire support.
Dag! Oh my god. You know, I really want to know why I'm one-shotting these people with a hunting rifle.
Prepare to
Oh, everyone who picks up that minigun dies. Everyone who picks up that frickin' minigun dies. It's like you touch that minigun. Oh, jeez. Jeez, 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 jeez. They're above us. Do I want the minigun?
You're nothing. Nothing.
make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
You're listening to,
Where'd that little
radio,
fucker go?
if you're listening at all.
Again, be thankful she's nice and gentle in real life. I know, right?
No sign of him now. Get some, motherfucker!
Alright, they're good. We're good.
If I had access to a vacuum modification, I could make this place shine.
She wants to be. She wants to clean. She's like the perfect wife. She wants to clean up and make this place look nice. Which is hilarious. I'm not saying women are supposed to be cleaning, but like, it's nice to know that at least one of the women on Earth actually still wants to be able to do that. That is not how you use plungers. Alright, Winter, we're gonna go and scope this place out.
Judging from all this dust, we could be the first to visit this place in quite a while.
Winter, that is only partially true, but I appreciate your thoughts. She's over here being all philosopher. Let's see. Let's see. She wants to clean house and clean up the streets in all sense of those terms. It makes sense. I think Winter is just... she's ideally what women used to be like. You know what I mean? Like, in the sense that she believes in... I don't know. A short pipe rifle. Yeah. Pipe rifles would never make any sense, realistically. At least I don't think they would. Level it up. We gotta level up. Hold on. Actually, we can go this way. I guess this way, actually. Choir's terminal.
Should the need arise, these reinforced structures would make excellent cover.
That is actually very true. If I had done advanced hacking instead of advanced lockpick, we could have gotten into this. Get that lovely mini nuke on the desk over there. Dang it! I dropped the ball, guys. I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball and the ball won. Let's see. Oh, it's sunny out.
This area could withstand a sustained heavy assault. We may have an enemy.
We're good. We got food. I'm hungry. How long have we been live for? 3 hours, 53 minutes, almost 4 hours. I think we're going to call this episode here because I'm tired. I'm also hungry, and I feel like I want to go make some food. We'll be back on tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll do another episode of Fallout 4. We'll keep going and a little exploration of the wasteland. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Adios. Well, yeah. See, if you're really tired and I'm really tired, let's go get some rest. But we'll be back on the next one, guys. Peace out. Adios.